Oh, for fuck's sake. Not again. Okay, I guess I was just talking to myself for the past 5 minutes. Awesome. Can you guys hear me now? Hello? Jesus Christ. Ah, it happened again. Hello, Zeus. What's up? But you can hear me now, right? Okay. Good. Good. I was asking, is the volume okay? Is the music a bit too... I mean, I guess it's fine. Yep. Alright, thank you. So we got 14 minutes, and then like the extra usual 10, so how about we make a bingo? Hello, Absolute Moron. A lot of familiar faces this stream. I mean, I guess everyone's here for the new character. And you know, because I start the Warriors then at this time, you know, like 20 minutes before it actually begins, and not like 3 hours before. I guess all the people have gone to all the other YouTubers, and all the people that are like the real slanderous fans are here. So yeah, let's make a bingo. What do you guys think? This time it's empty, so let's make it very specific to this Warriors then. What do you guys think about... What is it gonna be like? It can be anything. New, what else was coming this season? Maybe like a skin or something? No, not a skin. Not this time, just I don't know, balance patches, can be whatever. Russian Knight with the dollar. Thank you. You can like donations now? That's crazy. Chain link too short, making a bash undodgeable. Nah, I think they learned from their lessons. I think we won't get an Aphira situation. Was it Aphira? I know it was BP, but it was somebody else too. Gonk, roll catcher. You know, pretty soon we're gonna get a Warriors then where they go over the new feats for Conquer, and will it come with another rework, I wonder? Because Conquer is my spirit animal. I really like him. I like his personality. And I just like a mace and a shield. It's my favorite weapons. So I wish he wasn't so atrocious to use. So boring. And to fight against too. So I don't know, maybe soon. That's nice, Arthur. Full rework revert. Whatever happened to that one iteration where we actually had like chained chargeable flail attacks? That was cool. We don't have enough data. Okay, so this time, because there's a new girl boss being added to the game, do you think they finally nerf Pirate? I don't think she's going to be ultra defensive. If anything, she's going to be offensive. Okay, so what's this about Marvel Rivals? Keep hearing about it. Pirate reskin. I thought so too. I mean, when I saw the trailer, the first thing that I came to my mind was, oh, Pirate 2. Awesome. How long ago was Pirate? Was it 2 or 3 years ago? 2, right? No. 3? Pirate. Magi. Athera. Ocelotl. Holy shit. 3? That's insane. Aramusha. I guess she really is Aramusha, but with sabers. Alright, let's see. We gotta get this bingo ready before the den begins. Let's, what do we do? Holy shit. Bigger. Just bash. Lacey, welcome to Master Supporter. Wait, which one was that again? Wasn't that the expensive one? I can see that on my... Anyway, if you have Discord, you can now send me a message and I'll, you can drop me any hero you want and I'll put it at the end of my longer videos. Thank you. And welcome. And also you get a role on the Discord. We know it's gonna be female. Slander, did Part get a buff last time I played? She was the worst character in the game. No, she wasn't. She was never the worst character in the game. That's a lie that competitive players tell you. Because they play her in duels, and like competitive players, all they do is like react to the 200 MS. It's so boring. Don't play competitive. Don't play react hard. Pirate was never weak. That's a lie. She's the strongest hero in teamfights right now. And she will get nerfed. Actually, I'm gonna put that in bingo. But the things I put in the bingo, I want them to be funny. It can just be things like, oh yeah, this happened. Okay. I want them to be like, yo, this shit is so ass, I knew it was gonna happen. Or not. Like, no Conqueror World Catcher. Make it smaller. Yeah. Okay, unblockable. That's a bit too big. Unblockable. Second. Chain. Attack. Most likely. No fun movement deck. Unfortunately. Slanders, I should show you my Conqueror. Conqueror, fashion, lion theme. Sure, go for it. Anything you want to show me, just go to my Discord. I put it at the end of my videos. A lot of 50-50s. Well, that's granted. But it's gonna be really funny if she has like a light into unblockable heavy. Like, they didn't just do that the last 3 times. Dodge cancels! Thing is, I'm not opposed to dodge cancels. I like them when they're done well. And I do like my movement tech. So I don't know. I feel like they learned at this point. Reuse that Amusha animations? They're not reusing animations anymore, are they? But, sure. Smaller. There we go. The crazy stunlock move. But is that really a bad thing? Is the new character gonna be another bum? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? God, it feels like Sohei came out yesterday, like 2 months ago, but it was 6. Crazy. Deflect frames on dodges. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Actual fun hero with options? No. Okay, that's not gonna happen. So where's the least likely place? Here. Yeah. I don't know, but Two Sabers to me sounds more like an assassin. More like a peacekeeper. I guess Adamusha is a hybrid. But I mean, you can add assassins now, right? You've removed, what was it, Reflex Guard a long time ago? You can add assassins. You don't need to have like 13 hybrids in the game. I guess. Unneeded Soe nerf. I don't think that's gonna happen. People are complaining about him too much being weak still. Unnecessary fantasy elements tacked onto a character that would otherwise be historically accurate. Isn't that every For Honor character, though? Isn't that just everyone? Dodgeable zone, for sure. Ah. Good idea, bad execution like last time? Is she even gonna have a good idea? Like, what's the fun gonna be? It's just another Aramusha. I just don't see what they could do with it. I mean, I can. I just don't think they will. Does the new character come out tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah. We're kind of missing some spaces here. Help me out. Brainless, endless, unpunishable chain. True. Sure. Bash opener, that's already there. I mean, sure. Opener. Forced paint. Okay. I don't know. Are we really going to be seeing a lot of the armor and like getting customized on? I don't think so. Infinite chain. It's already there. Oh yeah, that's... you said it. It's not 3 minutes, it's more like... yeah, now you gotta wait for Ubisoft, and then you gotta wait for 10 more minutes, and then the Warriors then actually begins. 8 variants of skull helmets. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. I'd reckon she'd have more like Pirate's voice lines, if anything. I send it? Okay, I'll watch it after the Warriors then. Loud screams. I don't think so. I don't think she's going to have loud screams. I think she's going to be more like a warmonger type character, if anything. Yeah. I'm just gonna add damage, projectile. Actually, yeah. I didn't even consider feats. I forgot about that. I wonder what it'll be. Bye-bye, Dark Souls. Yeah, see, 10 more minutes. The volume seems okay. Is this okay? Is this fine? I think it's fine. Dodge cancels for no reason. I don't know. I like dodge cancels. I just don't like them when pirate. Don't be like Havoc. What does that mean? John the Liner in the chat. Hello. Gotta include dodge cancels. Okay, I guess for you I will. There it is. Team healing feats. Why is that a bad thing? Infinite dodge recovery? Okay. I mean, that kind of falls into this one. What's happening? Is this me? I don't think it is me. Is it? What is happening? Oh, you know what? It's the stream. Like, I know it's... Okay. This never happens to me, so I'm going to blame this on either YouTube. Probably not YouTube. It's probably whoever's streaming this, right? Is it their stream? Like, is this happening to other people who are playing the stream? It wouldn't be the first time, to be honest. Grappling. Ubi stream? Okay, good to know. Can we include that in the stream? Technical issue? I mean... yeah, okay. Free point. This one's a must. You know, just the usual. So we need to fill this out. Insanely annoying lines. No, I think she's going to sound cool, actually. Which martial art did you practice? I practiced jiu-jitsu for about 3 years. But, work got in the way. Cringe lore? You know what? Kinda. Clean double bash. Why not? Useless feed alternatives. This is so true. Can I get a true? Yeah. And, that's it, right? Light and heavy dodge attack? But no, Lacey, you don't understand. That's a good thing. Like, that variety, that's a good thing. This bingo is about hatred. This is all shit that I don't like them doing, well, most of it. I don't like them doing in their Warriors Dance or in their Heroes. I think it's boring. Or, if it's not boring, they've done it too much. And it's become too predictable. Yeah. It's ready. Bingo's ready. I see. Aren't all the Outlanders hybrids? Yeah. Yeah, they are. But this should be an assassin, right? If anybody has Deflect, it's her. Right? She's wielding sabers. So, surely. Game mode that took months to do and will only stay for 1 or 2 weeks before being gone forever. That's coming in the future. Not this time. Or actually, are we getting a new game mode along with the character? I love hybrids. Hello, Haruma. I should make that meme right now. Yeah, actually, do I have time? Ah, come on. It's this one. So close. Oh, fuck it. Oh, please be a hybrid now. Okay, we're ready. You gotta type in template slander? No, I found it. It's beginning. Volume. Volume. How is it? Oh, Peter, the Mongols are here. Low. Can go up. Can be turned up. Alright, are you sure? I don't know about that. Oh, there she is. She looks like pirate. She looks like that one pirate helmet. You know the one? You know the skull face, mouth mask on pirates, like red hair, helmet? You know the one? It looks exactly like that. I can't be the only one. I knew that when I saw this character, I thought, oh, pirate too. And now it came to me. Yeah, she has that one exact helmet that looks like this. And she has a similar outline too.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Good.
Yeah,
Good,
doing good. That's amazing.
I don't know why.
Motivated guy in the chat.
Glad to have you here.
A lot of familiar faces in the stream.
Fan club. Oh. And so people are already loving me in chat.
It's true. They were spamming your name in the chat.
Yeah, that's true.
He's here. He's here. You don't have to wait.
We thought we'd try.
You don't have to worry about if I'm going to be here or not. I'm here. It's all good.
Yeah, didn't you Winsky leave or something?
You can rest assured.
Yeah.
Look at my peanuts.
Well, we're happy to have you here. I'm happy to be here. And folks, listen, before we dive too much deeper into the ginormous title update, this Warriors.
Yeah, Griffin also has a helmet that looks like that.
We got to talk about Twitch, all right, and specifically Twitch drops. Okay, so if you have not done so already, please go link your UB Connect ID to your Twitch account. That way, for every 30 minutes you're with us today, you're going to get a scavenger crate. And at the
Motivated, you're having the same reaction as the people that wanted a pirate, and the people that wanted a Fira, but like actually good.
I'd like to win the hero.
You would?
I would.
That's everyone.
Maybe we can arrange that for you.
Okay, that would be awesome.
We'll
set that up.
We'll talk to.
In VG, I guess.
Make sure
that
you
too.
play the new.
I'll write it down.
We'll make a note. We'll make a note. Good.
Nice.
The endless
we also
cycle.
wanted to be transparent and provide the drop rate information of the different rarities of gear you can get for honor.
So low.
So absolutely nothing is changing. So if you want more information on this or that topic, you can visit our website tomorrow. There'll be some stuff there for you to see. We also had Friend or Foe wrap up this past weekend.
Oh my gosh.
This was our 1v1 tournament. It's the culmination of the entire circuit. I Love Bears won.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
against
like
Bean.
crazy hype. I was not expecting everything that happened there.
Can you guys hear me eat
Like,
peanuts?
honestly, it was, like,
If so,
super
I'm
tight
sorry.
Matches, everything was super interesting.
I just came back
Good job
home
to everybody
after not
involved.
eating.
Yeah.
Super fun. Yeah.
I need
Go
my
check out the bracket as
health
well.
back.
Yeah, you could see I Love Bears just went 3-0 all the way through.
Yeah.
No bracket reset necessary.
Yeah, it
all
was
the way through.
the level of play with those contenders there was just amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I was
Friend
on
or
the
foe
edge
is
of my
such a
seat, like
meme.
no joke, just like watching.
Nobody cares
on the
about
Twitch,
it.
like,
Yeah.
no.
Please play For Honor
good.
competitively.
I want to say a big thank
You'll
you
like
to our
it.
tournament organizers,
It's
Standard
fun.
Nutella, and also all of our casters and analysts. So we had Vivid, Verb, Freeze, Norgaz, Jones. There's a bunch of people who casted not only on our channel, but over on the Dojo channel as well. So none of this was possible without all your hard work. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah. We've got some awesome stuff coming up in the show. Let's check out the agenda. What are we looking at today? We
Agenda.
got our new hero with a deep dive on the lore, gameplay,
Is this Harbor?
animation as
Is this
well.
Harbor
Taking
again?
A closer look at our new hero's design as well with one of our technical artists. Super excited for that. We have Carlin Look here.
Every time they
to
do
go over
anything,
all the
it's
music that
always
was created
Harbor.
for year 8. So we're doing like kind of like a year 8 review of all the music.
Nice.
Very excited. Got some patch notes, of course. Can't forget that, and of course the community corner at the very end with
Love it.
Jet and Josh.
Love it.
Awesome.
All right.
Something else that's cool is coming this title update are Steam achievements, and these are actually retroactive. So
Oh, that's
if you
cool.
already completed them.
That's cool.
Yeah, you could show
No way,
that
this
too.
is-
That's actually
We also
cool.
have-
What's this?
we're going to be on Steam Deck as well. We are currently on Steam Deck.
Here we go.
Did he say Steam
go
achievements?
Hell yeah.
Gotta play right now.
But yeah, these achievements are retroactive. So if you've already done the stuff to complete them, you'll be
Awesome.
just unlocking stuff.
That's
So,
cool. That's cool.
yeah.
Why didn't For Honor have that in the first place?
We also have a free week starting tomorrow. Hell yeah.
Oh.
look at this. So from January
Yep.
23rd to January 30th, For Honor will be free on Xbox, PlayStation, and Connect. But
Why
the
Nusha?
period,
Why choose
will end
Nusha?
Slightly later on Connect.
Is it because China?
On the February 3rd.
Is it because they
So
need
it's
China
a
money?
time on Connect. So if you haven't played For Honor and you want to try it out, it's free.
Nusha,
Get all
Nusha
your
is so
friends to
unrecognizable
with you.
for
You
For
heard
Honor.
it. You
Just
heard
put
that.
Very
Razor.
important.
No excuses. All right.
Or Kensei.
That was a really cool graphic too. I hadn't
like
seen that. That
I
was
like
really
that.
neat.
I like that.
Wait, why would they even put Nusha?
But yeah, before we
Why
jump
not
into all the
Genjun?
stuff,
Or
JC,
Candy?
you know you're not usually in the intro. So what
Yeah, no, of
what are
course.
you doing here? What are you doing here?
Well, besides for my fan club, you mean?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
did
yeah.
establish that.
So, I'm super excited to announce something kind of cool.
What?
Well, we do have a year 9 happening.
What? Oh, check it
Super
out.
hyped.
Let's go.
You see
Oh,
our
that's kinda
beautiful
cool.
key art there.
Yo, this is like
There
the
there might
thing
not be
with
a lot of little
this-
things that you.
this is
even
two
if you
references at the
can,
same
like,
time.
Go, so I would say like
Wh-
look at it. Use that
why
as
is this leaving?
wallpaper, Print it.
Why-
put
why is
it all
this
over your
YouTube shit
walls in your
not-
house? Like go crazy. Like inspect every little detail.
Tattoo it
What the
on your
fuck?
arm.
Yeah, everything. It's
Get out.
awesome. The art actually looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so super psyched. There's gonna be a lot more details
Thank you.
coming as we kick off year 9.
Yeah, of course.
And then your
So,
future.
this is
but
like that
I'm just
scene
super
with
happy to be able to
Apollyon at
announce
the
that
table.
we're gonna have a
You guys
year
know the
9
one, right?
Exciting.
Where they were
It's always
discussing
good
how
to
to
have.
bring
We've been
about
working on a lot of
war
stuff
to
there,
the
so
whole
I can't
world
wait to show people.
before the final mission.
It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, keep an
It was
eye
a
out
reference
for
to
the
that.
next Warriors
And it was
Day
also maybe a
Live
reference
Festival,
to
talking about your 9 stuff. So
the Woolin
that
season,
please do.
where they're doing like the
Show up
same
for Warriors.
pose.
always
maybe?
show up for Warriors
Always.
Then, please. Makes me happy.
Should, like, do
That was
everything
actually
you
cool.
can to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, we got an awesome show today. But first, let's check
Did
out
JC lose
this
weight?
new gameplay
That's
trailer
true.
for
What the hell?
Platoon.
Yo.
Super excited.
Let's rock.
Take it away, Max.
Vikings call us the Ark. The samurai speak of Koku. And the knights. You think of something that can be fought. Ego. Darkness.
He kind of sounds like Apollyon. I like that.
Enemy. Call us what you want.
Ah, that's ugly as hell.
Look upon us now. In the flesh. It's already too late.
Okay.
Your leaders have fallen. Your lands belong to us.
And she beats Astria because this new character is new.
Behold my peace.
These sabers all look like shit.
Now comes the
Deflect.
day of
Deflect
the
mentioned.
harpoon.
Yeah, she's an assassin, right? She has a deflect. Wait, no. Shaolin also has a deflect and is a hybrid. Whoa, what's all this? Okay, so nothing, gameplay, nothing. Music analysis. Hold up. That might actually be cool. It's just gonna be like, oh, we included Mongolian throat singing in our game. And then it's gonna be the wrap up. Wait, patch notes. Patch
Welcome
notes,
back,
okay.
Warriors. What an awesome trailer that was. Hatun looks incredible. I can't wait to get into all of it. Join with me today,
Low
as always,
volume.
we've got Alex, Raph, Ian. How y'all doing?
Amazing.
Amazing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
You know, I'm a bit panicked. It's
Yeah.
the Mongols.
Yeah, it's a bit scary, not gonna lie. But we'll get through it. Yeah, we'll get through it.
Will we? Will we? Let's hope.
I promise.
Let's
I
hope.
promise. Awesome. So before we get into everything, let's take
Bro,
a
they're
look at our
putting the
seasonal
music
roadmap
analysis
first.
before the fucking patch notes too. Like they know.
Title update
They know
1,
that's the shit we care about.
title update 2,
And I was right, this is Harbor.
Entrance piece, the
Why
free
is it
event
Harbor
pass,
every
so
single time?
23rd, of
Something
course,
happens,
Hero
it's Harbor.
Cartoon available tomorrow. We've got some Hero Fests for the Orochi, Pirate, and Griffin. And we've got a throwback event.
Where the
out
fuck is
on
Highlander?
20th. Awesome.
The last Highlander
So,
execution was
first,
years
why don't we do
ago.
A quick recap of T1.
Over a year ago.
Just tell us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, as people might remember from T1, General Zhe invited Astria over for the ceremonial gifting of the Starfall sword, symbol of unity. He wanted to join forces with Horkos. But big surprise. You might not have seen this coming. I know no one saw this coming, but it turns
Mongols!
out Zhe was kind of a snake.
What?
You know, right? That was cool. That was,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So yeah, you know, it was the serpent sword. Joe was dressed up as a snake, and it turns out, so yeah, he did not have the best intentions
Oh.
at heart. It turns out he actually had made a previous alliance with the Hatuns, and
I've finished
so
my
now-
peanuts.
So yeah,
I'm sad
he
now.
lured Astria in, but the Hatuns had promised him something. He promised them something in return. So now he's opened the doors to Heathmore,
My
the
God.
Hatuns. So the Hatuns have come in,
Dyrox in the chat.
took Astria by surprise. Big blow to Horkos. You know, it's devastating. The army has been somewhat decimated.
Yeah.
And
ambush.
what happened to Astria? I don't know. We might talk about it later.
See.
Mm.
We shall see. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it was Starfall sword, and Astria means star. Maybe you know,
Interesting.
seen it coming. I mean,
I
Okay,
see it.
but
see it
when are
now.
you actually going to
Yes.
tell the story?
Awesome. Raf, do you want to tell us more about who the Khatuns actually are?
Yes,
the archetype?
absolutely. So, Hatuns
What's the
are,
last time we saw a
of course,
story out of
our
this
new
game?
Mongol hero, Mongol inspired.
You know, not just events
They
happening,
are- so
like a
Hatun,
story.
Means it's a Mongolian word.
And,
it's
like,
a feminine
3
form
lines
Khan,
of
maybe a
lore
better,
for a
Mongol
hero skin
word,
doesn't count.
more used or more known.
Other than maybe the sad
it
attempt
means
that was
ruler or
Maddox.
leader. We are
Maddox,
using
like, they
the
had-
Mongolian
They
pronunciation,
were onto
so
something,
the,
but they didn't do it. They
inspired H
didn't
rather
quite
than
do
the
it.
K that
They
we
failed at the
use in,
end.
Turkic languages, so neighboring.
You guys remember when
uh,
Maddox
families.
season came
And
out?
these
And
Hatuns are, of
you know,
course,
the loading
inspired
screen,
by
the
Mongols,
opening screen was
especially
him sitting
the
down,
Mongolian
like in a
Empire of
mountain,
the Mongol
looking at
Empire
his
of the
village
13th century.
up from a
So at
cliff,
that point,
like looking all sad
their
and shit.
leader, Genghis
You remember
Khan
that?
and his family, in which
Where did that
a
go?
woman had a prominent position.
And then the new
they
bitch came out and she
invaded
killed him,
and
or she
conquered an
defeated him
empire
and
that
then
stretched
jailed
from
him
Korea
because
to
she's the new
Turkey
girl
and
and
from
she's
Finland to,
cool.
Vietnam, modern countries. So yeah, it was a pretty big empire.
Yeah.
And it is our inspiration because
These
yeah,
sabers
you
all
get
look
to, like, have
ass!
both in the
Please stop
narrative,
putting
but also
colors
you'll
on your
see, a lot of
blades.
it, I mean, other elements of our assets. So these Hatuns, just like their historical counterparts in our lore, these Hatuns
Can I just have like
are
a blade?
invading,
And maybe if I
they are
change the
leading and
color,
invading
like the
hordes from
color of the
steppes.
blade
They have long lived
changes
in the
slightly
harsh
different?
environment of
Like,
the
can I have that
steppes,
instead of
and
this
harsh
fucking...
environment
I
has,
put paint on your blade because it's
sharpened them
cool.
into brutal,
Ugh.
deadly, nimble assassins. They are quite good at what they do, but for a long time, even though the other factions of Heathmore knew that there were some Mongols, some Hatuns somewhere in the steppe to the east, they did not really care about them. They were considered inconsequential barbarians because they were divided. They would raid from time to time because steppes, not a lot of resources, so they would have to raid. But yeah, it was in woolen lands, no one really cared. But recently this has changed because they have become unified by the singular and a bit twisted vision of their main leader, the Hatun of Hatuns, the Queen of Queens.
She's killing the previous bitch.
Gul'jin.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so thank you for explaining. That's contextualizing.
You know what's a
the trailer
shame?
lot
Those
more.
basic
Do we wanna
sabers
talk more
are going to
about,
be the best looking
what
ones
Gul'jin is
in the entire
actually,
set.
Yeah,
Actually, I
think-
can dive into that.
Yeah.
So, quick lesson.
I guess I got to
in,
change this now.
Mongolian
It's not really
mythology
accurate anymore.
Was a demon who led a horde,
Oh.
an army in order to destroy and eventually rebuild. So we're kind of using that as a springboard. For
Yeah, this
our
is probably
vision
going to be the best
of
looking saber.
of the
And
Hatuns.
probably the best looking armor.
Gul'jin,
The rest
when
is just
she
gonna
was
be
young, as Raph said, she lived on the
Weird ass
steppes,
masks
and
like
and
I don't know, shiny
eventually,
colors.
let's say Blackstone-backed Mongols attacked her village.
Yeah.
So she's felt the influence
Blackstone-backed
of the faction war.
Mongols.
Her and her family, her tribe, or her village actually, were collateral damage essentially in the faction war. So she's seen, all the bad that it does. She's seen the senseless fighting.
Okay, so
from knights
Apollyon?
and Vikings and all that, and she's like, this needs to stop.
Yeah.
So eventually she grew into power. She learned how to fight. As Raph said, she eventually unified all the tribes, and now she has this army. And what she wants is to break this cycle, to
Yeah.
break the wheel. Bring out all of it to an end.
So
and
Apollon's
usher
origins,
something
but
new.
then like
So
going in a
in
completely
her mind,
opposite
she's bringing
direction.
this new piece to Heathmore, but it's a twisted version of
Yeah, of
peace,
course.
right?
This is kind of cool. Hold up.
She has her own. Not say she has her own agenda, but she wants peace, but it comes at a price.
Yeah, I
She
mean, this
has
is a
a-
very complex individual. This is
Yeah,
someone
Peace
who's
at the
done a
cost of
lot.
killing everybody? Is that going to be it?
main person who has demons, let's say.
I hope it's not as shallow as that.
This is super
But Apollyon
interesting.
wanted
Thank
to
you for breaking that
continue the
down.
cycle
Well,
forever.
the first
right?
set that we have,
And she
as
wants
well
the- this
really
new girl,
is-
she
is
wants
her
to stop
iconic
it.
Set. This is what.
So I wonder if
Gul'jin
they're going to do
is.
something with that.
She has this mask that is setting her up as a bit of a match for Astria, who also has this iconic helmet.
Yeah.
And
I don't like the
mask
one
in
on the
this
right, but
case is trying
I
to
see the reference.
exemplify
I see the vision.
this sort of reserved threat. She doesn't need to raise her voice in order to
That's cool.
inspire fear. She is inevitable. She brings this dread with her.
Was that Apollon's line?
She looks scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes. And then some of her other sets and variations are more about the archetype as a whole. So we see different aspects of Mongolian culture in those ones. We have some ceremonial.
I just want to see what her version of peace
variations.
is.
We have some that are inspired.
I want to see
by
how she goes
wrestling,
about
which is
achieving
a
it.
large part of their, the
Because it's a
culture.
fresh new perspective onto
Really
the
interesting part, at
lore.
least.
And I do like when
yeah,
stories
one
have
of our
parallels.
inspiration is actually a warrior princess and wrestler princess of the 13th century that is mentioned by Iranian and Chinese sources, and even Marco Polo, an Italian traveler and merchant, who mentioned this princess called Hutulun, and she is one of our inspirations for this. I'm quite happy that you mentioned fear as her weapon, because the Hatuns, they have two sabers, Turco-Mongol sabers that they use, and of course it has served their role, cutting down any enemy that has presented before them. But their
What is
their
this,
real
bro?
Weapon,
No,
their
you
weapon of
almost had it.
choice is actually
Why the
fear.
spikes?
They are coming from the steppes, and I mentioned that this is a unforgiving environment. So there aren't that many Hatuns actually, and they are tribe leaders, so
they all
have
kinda look
people
the same,
behind
don't
them,
they?
But yeah, there aren't enough of them to conquer the world and bring peace to it, whether you
Not a
want
lot
it
of
or not.
variation.
So
Oh,
they cannot
here we go.
actually go
Here we
from
go.
city to city or clan to
orange and
clan or
blue.
anything like that and destroy everything.
Right.
They have
Wasn't that a
to
movie?
make people
Braun
submit.
or something?
They have to use fear and the display of fear so that you will submit rather than fight. And this is
Okay, the-
reminiscent of actually the 13th century
Why has it got a heart?
strategy of Genghis Khan and the Mongols. When you read sources and accounts from that time, there will be, building towers of skulls and having feasts.
Didn't you know
on
that
top of
spikes are
hills
cool?
made of, they
Yeah,
would like bury
yeah.
alive some of their enemies and all that.
You're right.
But all of this was actually plan. There was a purpose to it. The Mongols would do these things and make
Why do
sure
they do
that
this,
the
bro?
next 50 cities know that this city has been razed to the ground, so that
Sorry, I'm not even listening
the
to this guy
next
because I'm
50
focusing on how
cities
bad
would
the sabers
submit.
look.
And this is how they conquered, half of the world.
It's like the same shit every
so
single
this is
time.
something
It's
we
like,
wanted to take
dude, nobody
inspiration
uses
from.
this aside from those like stupid
I would
fucking
like
Dominion
also to
people that
mention one last
slap
thing
some
on
random shit
Gul'jin,
together
our
and put it
titular
on, post it
hero.
on
When we
Reddit.
started the process of
Guys, don't I look
thinking,
good with all my spikes
conceptualizing this
and all my
hero,
random
we had
shit
a
and like
picture,
mismatched
it's
colors?
coming
Aren't I
from
cool?
another source called The Secret History of the Mongols.
I'm the only one in the
There
lobby
is
that knows about
a
drip.
custom being described that at some point Genghis
11-year-old
Khan,
me drawing
wanted
swords,
to
yo,
punish a
unironically.
treacherous tribe, and so
That was me
he,
too.
after victory,
What
he
if I put
had
more
all
spikes
the
in it?
remaining members
it's
of the
cooler,
tribe lined
right?
up against carts, and a sword was passed.
Was Conqueror
on the
mentioned?
axe
Fuck, I
of
missed
the
it.
carts, and everybody who was tall enough died, and the small ones would survive. We imagine that Gul'jin is
Unless you mean
her
the spikes
parents
on the
were
armor.
tall and she was short, so she survived
Okay.
alone, wandering on the steppe, the unforgiving steppe, maybe with the blood of her parents on her.
Wow.
What does that do to someone?
Yeah.
Well, we imagine that maybe this is why she so wants to break this. You know, she's bringing a new answer to the conundrum of For Honor, which is how do you survive in a world that doesn't have enough resources so that everybody can survive?
Yeah.
You try to share, like Chimera would? Do you try to have the strongest survive? Or do you try to make sure that everybody submit, that we have peace now and no one else suffer the same thing that she suffers, whether you want it or not?
How?
And no matter the cost and no matter the violence and the people that I will actually have to kill so that I bring this?
Yeah, so that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
it's a
Peace by killing
simple
everybody.
story, but we all hope that it's an effective and that you will enjoy this story.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
just
Apollyon-
That anecdote alone, I think, really, really contextualizes the hero, and even the trailer itself. Like seeing the brutality that she's displaying, it's like it's coming from somewhere.
It's
not
basic. It's a
just,
shame that
like,
it's so
kind of like-
basic,
it's
but
kind of like this deep-rooted thing inside of her.
There is
at least they're
purpose
trying to go for
violence.
something.
It's also why, you know,
At least it's like a
he
new.
says, oh, you know,
You know how
Vikings come to
Astria was
our-
like a
the
misguided
king-
version
the
of
samurai
Apollyon?
speak of
This one is
Ankoku.
just a straight up like
they
opposite,
have these,
but
they have the
similar
wind
in a
behind
way,
them, you know,
which
there's rumors
is cool.
about them. Their fear spreads before they get there, and that's how they gain so much influence.
Mr. Potato in the chat, 2 or 3 swords
I really like that
with
kind of like the
little
using the
details
fear
is
as a
fine, but
weapon.
simple swords should be
I
the
just,
norm rather
as a
than
sidebar, we
the other
did
way
see all
around.
the
That's true.
weapons. They looked incredible.
That's
they
true.
looked really, really nice. I'm sure everyone loved them. But thank you for
But did you
breaking
see
that.
fear?
I did feel scared a little bit.
Oh, I see.
Amazing. Thank you. Why don't we move on to look at the in-game realization? Yeah. So we've got the menu.
Oh,
There she
fuck's
is.
sake, dude.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
so
so
that's what
gay.
happened to
This is
Astria.
so gay.
It's taken
Look at
from-
me. I'm the new character. I
Face
beat the
off.
old one.
Looking super cool.
This is
I
so
love the
gay.
red fog like permeating throughout the environment. So nice.
Yeah,
Backdrop there.
as you can see, the event team took the same.
I mean,
map,
not that
but
I
changed
cared
pretty
much about
everything
Astria in the first
to
place, but
bring what has happened now that
Astria
it's
is not
a
Apollyon.
cloud that was,
Apollyon would
coming in.
Yeah.
rape
what
and
was hiding in
kill
the cloud?
whoever this
or
new
the
girl
fog
is.
or whatever, and so yeah, and now that they're here, what has happened?
Exactly. It's the aftermath.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hatun looks incredible. I can't wait for everyone to try her out. Hatun will be
Okay, so
available
I wonder, how is this going to
tomorrow for
affect
$7.99.
Astria? Because
Hero
Astria
will
is
also be
just,
available for purchase through Steal 2 weeks
I'm
from
the
now for
strongest, and I am
$15.
war, and I bring, in like, I am
Moving
a
on, we've
tyrant,
also
and
got
I'm
free
better than
event
everyone
pass,
else, because I am
coming,
strong.
will be
So how is
available
she going to
from
feel now that she's
January
the sheep?
23rd to February 13th. So why don't we
I mean,
check
she's
out
not a
some of
sheep on the
rewards?
inside, but she
Yes,
lost.
a lot
How
of
is
the
this
event
going
pass
to
this time is
affect
inspired by
Astria,
horses,
if at all?
which, as most
Is that
people
even a thing
probably
that they have in
know, are
mind? I don't
An
know.
important part of steppe culture,
Hmm.
and also they're very,
Lesbian relationship delay.
Horses are pretty-
yeah, they're all threaded throughout a lot of the items in this
Little.
event pass.
Yeah. Look amazing. We got the mood effect
Little
here, which is
homophobia, I never
wonder.
heard anyone.
We'll also take a sneak peek at some of the
Look at
weapons.
that
maybe.
pose, it's so
See
gay.
that? Oh yeah.
Why do they gotta make...
These look super.
What are
cool.
these weapons?
Items on that one are really nice.
So these are Mongol-inspired patterns that we've
Astria training arc?
on different weapons and try to apply.
Okay, guys, who would win?
Compliment to-
post time skip Astria
Well, I want to thank
or Sun
all of you
Wukong.
for coming on and giving us all the breakdown of everything coming this title.
For the
update.
strongest characters, Ramiel.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
But for you watching, stick around. We've got a deep dive for the Khatoons gameplay coming up.
That's
next.
funny.
But before that, we're going to be showing you
Okay,
all the
weapons.
lootable weapons for this event pass. So
I
check it out.
don't know. Ugh. Paint on blades. My favorite. Is anybody going to use this? Look at this sword. Ugh. Please, no. What is that? Oh my god. Yeah, it's like, you see this? It's like, what are these weapons? It's like green, and it's blue, and it's red, and it's white, and it's gray. What is this? What is this? These colors, they don't mean anything. They don't combine nicely. You can't put them on any character because they're just too random. They don't have any theme. This actually looks passable, whatever. But why choose these colors? They don't have anything to do with anything. This is a circus. This is the circus symbol. It's the colors. That's what this is. It really is that, Rolly. You're right. Ugh. This one is so ass, it's actually funny. Oh man. 3D glasses ass bit. Yeah, these comments are hilarious. Coloring book, 3D glasses. I like the music. This is so sad. Don't forget the jewel. Don't forget the jewel in the pommel. Don't forget about that. What if you had like a sword with a handle made of wood, and then the blade would be like steel, right? Just hear me out. And then the hilt is also made of steel, and then it's like gray, and then the handle, because it's made of wood, it's like brown. I think I just had an idea.
Welcome back, Warriors. We are now here to do a deep dive with Alex and Kiera. How are you both doing?
I'm doing great.
Alex, still doing
You
good.
look
Oh, I
good.
just
Yeah.
saw you. So hopefully you're still doing good. Nothing bad happened. Awesome. So, like, why don't we just jump?
Oh,
into
hell
it?
nah.
You're a texture artist. Why don't you explain what a texture artist actually does?
Sure, yeah. So, texture artist is the person who puts the material.
I mean, these are
and
the artists,
textures
so it's
on the
fine.
model. So really, what I'm doing is applying cloth, skin texture, oil, dirt, dust. That's my job. But really, what I do every day is tell the character's story through what they're wearing. So, especially for Katun, she's someone that has an incredible story as Raphael.
Turn up the. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And
Volume
I
is
really
inconsistent.
wanted to show that through her materials. For example, the leather, right? She has an armor that's scratched and used and battle worn, and like you can tell that she's fought, but she takes care of it. She is meticulous with it. You can see that in the glove right there. There's a scratch, but you know it's not too dirty. It's well taken care of. The metal is polished.
Yeah, that's
Same
nice.
thing with her helmet. There's a huge gash in it, but it's polished. It's taken care of.
This is just like
Though,
Astria.
There's still dirt. It's still used. Yeah, and she's very.
It's
she
like-
takes
even
care
the
of it.
scar
It's her
is very much
personality,
like
her
Astria.
meticulousness, a little bit of how serious she is, and it's one of the characters too, which is great and different. That doesn't have too much dirt because you know, for honor, we love our dirty boys.
No, we don't.
girls, we
No, we
love
don't.
the dirt.
No, we
but
don't.
this one's
Nobody
a
said
little
that.
cleaner. In the boots, we can see that like they're used, right? The leather is used, but it's cleaner. It's taken care of. It really shows who she is and how her personality, goes
Like shows through her.
Yeah,
like armor,
exactly.
I
It's
guess.
lived in.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a bit of daily wear and tear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just your daily wear and tear, some slashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Exactly.
Worst
Yeah.
colors.
So yeah, we had Sav on last time to talk about the stages of creation. So at what point does like the texture artist come into play?
So I'm a little bit everywhere. We start off with the concept art, and then Sav gets it. So
Why does the
modelers
concept
will,
art
start
always go so
doing the
hard?
modeling, and then I get
This
the
looks like
character,
Predator.
and I apply the textures. But afterwards too, when there's rigging, when we apply the materials so that the players can change the colors, I'm also there to make sure that things.
Can you
look
change the
good
color
so
of the
that colors
jewels?
are nice.
I wonder.
The application of the right tones and stuff. So I'm a little bit in
Can you change the jewels? Because
pre-production,
like,
a
or,
little
or
bit in
the
the
whatever
middle, a
those
little
green
bit in the
things were.
posts. So
Everywhere.
yeah, I got my fingers.
If so, that's nice.
Nice. So what was it like actually working on the Hatun? Like were there specific?
They actually made
inspirations
like
or
a scabbard
references you used
for
while designing,
sabers.
like, the
That's
textures
cool.
For this character?
Yeah, so as we can see, she's a lot of leather. And a lot of the references I had to go get was different types of leather so that we can see the contrast between her her arms, the skirt, the boots, the chaps she has. So I got references like
When will they add a
Ganking,
knight
cow
hero
leather,
with
like
great shield and
where
great
she
spear?
comes from,
Next
what kind of
season, it's
animals that
confirmed.
we used, and you can see it
And next
in
season we're
the
also getting a
felt of
Conqueror
the
rework,
material. So
and they will come
when
out
her
like
gloves
hand
were
in hand,
worn,
like
there's
the
more
Gong
of a
hero skin
orange tint
and the
or
Conk
beige
rework,
tint
and the
compared
new
to
hero
her
that's like a
belt,
heavy
where
with a
it's
great
more of
shield and a
desaturated
great
look,
spear
right?
or
So,
great mace.
I had
Just
to go
wait.
figure out all these animals.
Just one more season.
Where you don't usually do that in your everyday life. Look up yak skin. But yeah, and the different types of metals too. So that's that was the big challenge too, is to keep everything interesting while having pretty much the same material.
I like the
day.
look a lot.
Cool. And
I just hope some of the
love,
helmets.
how detailed like
I'm just
everything
scared
about
for
her
what
armor
the
is.
helmets
you
will
can
look like.
Clearly see like.
I think there's
everything,
gonna be
like,
another
that goes into it. It's super nice.
what's her name?
Yeah.
A Fira
Did you have
situation
any,
where
like,
all the helmets
interesting,
look like
you know,
shit, except for maybe
techniques
like
or ways that you kind
few.
of like. made
And
these
the
textures for this
default one
character, or was
is
it
usually the
primarily, like,
best.
revolving around like the like as you said, looking up different types of leather, like region.
She does look like Dark Souls 2
so it
enemy.
goes back a bit to
Why is
storytelling,
that?
right?
Is it because the sabers
when
are
I
really
apply
big?
These materials, I start off by, this is a new piece of armor. Never worn it, first time ever. Then I look at how her arms are. So her shoulders, do they scuff against the chest plate? So scuff marks there. How she fights is, if she's moving her arm like this a lot, I'm going to add more scuff
Yeah,
marks.
see those jewels? Can I change the color on
straps,
that?
more,
Because I don't like those.
wear and tear. So I apply layer on layer of wear and tear, and then I'm like, okay, well, today she had a really dirty day, so put a bunch of dirt and then clean it off, and then add a bunch of dirt and then clean it off. So it's a lot of layering to make it lived in.
Yeah, it feels like it's like coming to life essentially because you're creating it as if it was like as it was being used, it's like actually being used. So it's like really interesting. Even like with what you're mentioning about like moving the arms and you put more scuff, I guess, like under it. That's cool.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's really awesome.
We'll see about that.
Alex, did you want to take a closer look at some of the armor sets?
Yeah, so we can take a look.
Alright, let's see if all the helmets don't look like shit.
Look a little bit at their customization.
She looks a bit plain, doesn't she?
So there's a lot of customization that you.
Maybe
can
it's
do.
the lighting.
The piping on here, the threading that we have all throughout it. A lot of that you can add a lot of color to. You can also add a whole bunch of color. Through,
no.
We've got the ornamentation and the studs and the yak fur around her.
She looks like pirates so damn much.
Lots and lots of colors and lots of different masks.
That saber is so big.
Really, really cool.
That's a whole ass longsword.
I love all
at that point.
You could see like the stitching is like.
Why are the sabers so big? Like you see the handles on the saber? Those are two-handed weapons.
People are gonna come up with some crazy stuff.
Well, it was something that we were looking at too, with how the Mongols would
it's like I'm playing a Dark Souls game.
A lot of it was through different straps.
And my character wields a greatsword with one hand and a shield.
It looks incredible. I love this one.
I don't know about that. What is this helmet? Did you lose her nose?
On this one as well, which also you.
Did she lose her nose?
Are attached through straps.
Why can't I just get the mask? It would actually maybe look cool.
Incredible.
Yes.
Oh, come on. No,
like
bro, what is this?
Again, I think all of them generally just look scary, which is like kind of the intention behind it.
The fucking bone.
But they look incredible. They look super nice.
Yeah,
is that it? No way. No way she looks like shit.
Yeah, the fashion with it is going to look... I can't wait to see
So, okay, so the fashion for this hero is basically going to be default helmet, and then leather, brown, or black.
Unique,
and that's going to be it. Because all the other colors look like shit.
You can see how that applies onto...
It's like they don't make this
super cool.
Thinking...
Do a little spin. Nice.
Okay, so the cool thing about metal and like knights is that you can make your knight any color, and it will probably look good.
Awesome. Well,
but if you make a hero like this, then the only color you can really make it work is dark.
First of all, thanks for
it's like
having
gray,
me, and
brown,
thank you to
black.
all the character team, every single one of you, riggers, modelers.
I should have added that to the bingo.
You guys are
Shit,
amazing,
customization.
and we couldn't do this.
Maybe somebody said it.
Without
Apologies.
so.
It's too late now.
Well, thank you both for coming on and breaking all of it down. Hatun looks amazing.
Yeah, like Ramiel.
To actually get in and
Ramiel is so
play.
easy.
Awesome.
Any color will look good on him.
But yeah, stick around for you watching. We've got the gameplay next. Doing
gameplay
with Mr. JC and Mike and Nolan. So, see you soon.
Did the music not play? Just slow. Yes, this might be the hero with the worst fashion in the game. Is there anybody worse? This just looks like pirate. Like, this is just pirate. But with a skull. And this helmet looked like one of the Shugoki helmets, I'd say. You know the one. This one actually looks fine. The Super Saiyan hair is a bit too much. I don't know, she kind of looks too skinny. And then this would have originally been a maybe nice helmet. Just has that stupid fucking duct tape in the nose that ruins the whole thing. And this is just retarded. Like you got a whole graveyard in your hair. This is silly. This is foolish. Alright, gameplay. Let's hear it. Yeah, I know. The Astria one is the one that looks good and doesn't even look good in the first place. It's such a shame. Alright, new hero looking pretty ass, not gonna lie. I like this. I like the weapon choice because it's just 2 sabers and that's cool, but... Alright, let's see if something happens.
Welcome back, Warriors! Alright, we are here to talk about gameplay for the new Hatun hero, and who better to talk
Hatun.
about it than these two fine people
Hatun.
joining me on the couch today. It's your Lord and Savior JC is back. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, hello. I haven't been here before. I always make that joke and it always lands really flat.
You know, it's still funny.
Yeah,
me.
I guess. I'm happy. If it's funny to you, my
just
job
please
is...
keep
Man, this is such a shame because I like
should stop laughing
JC.
then next time.
Like,
Yeah.
Just to prove
I
it,
like
just
the
to prove
team.
it.
Okay, I like the
Yeah,
For Honor
Called me-
team.
You called me out,
as
and
people.
here I am having to deal with it
I just
live on
don't
stream right now.
like
but,
how they make
well,
the
speaking
game.
of that, call-outs, Mike, welcome back.
Thank
It's
you.
good to have you
I think
back
they're
on the
cool
couch with
people.
us
I
as
just
well.
don't like them
Happy to be
touching
here.
the
Yeah,
game.
it's been a while. It's been a long time.
Has it been?
It has been. It has been since so.
They're too slow and make
Yeah.
bad changes. Or not good enough
Has
changes.
been.
And I bring the goods.
You do bring
With
the-
JC, of
It's
course.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, we got a lot of good.
It's like they make
stuff
things
to show
boring.
Today. All right, we're just vibing today. I love it. It's great. All right, awesome. Well, without further ado, then let's dive into this. What
Yeah,
can you
right.
tell us about Hatun?
Yes.
Hatun.
So, Mike, if you will...
Yeah. So
Here we go.
this is Hatun. Of course, you've seen her in the previous segments. She
This
was
stance
doing
switch,
good job to
ugh,
everybody there.
I don't like
But
these
let's dive
animations.
into
Nobody
gameplay. I'm
holds a
gonna
sword
get
like that.
straight into moves. So
Nobody
let's start
holds a
with
sword like that.
moves
Bro,
from neutral
please.
openers.
You're going to
So
slice
we'll start
your
with,
elbow
of
holding
course,
it like
light
that.
attack. She has a light
The
attack
light
in
animations
all
already look bad.
directions. Very nice.
Says
She
heavy.
has heavy attacks. Up, all
Although I do like how nice it flows.
as you would expect,
As is tradition.
as is
Yep.
tradition, as is tradition as well. She has a zone attack.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'll do it
Zone
on
is the
myself
same
so
as a
I can
heavy?
see it a
There you
bit
go.
better,
Yeah,
maybe.
go for it.
Yeah, it looks pretty
So
cool.
what's the point of the zone if it's
And
just
now
the same as a
let's
heavy?
look at the dodge attacks. We'll look at them earlier than we usually do. So
What?
she has,
So wait,
side
she
dodge
slashes
attacks,
with
side
both
dodge
swords and it doesn't even
attacks.
deal more damage or
These are
anything.
enhanced,
Nice.
so you can continue your chain, which we'll talk about in a second.
What's the point of slashing with both
And she has a
swords?
forward heavy dodge attack. That's going to be important for later. as well.
Important to know that like the side dodges are on lights and the front is on heavy. There's a very good reason for this.
Okay.
We're gonna get into
Just
it.
like the
gotta
good
get into
reason
it
that
in a-
existed
in a-
for
like-
So
like how you're
Hayes
setting them
being
up.
the way he
Yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah.
I'm guessing.
Right, the anticipation. Just wait.
The very final one that I'll show here, just before we get into all the good stuff, is the sprint attack. This is on light attack.
Oh, it looks so
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Beautiful. JC, do you want to do that on me as
Yes.
well?
Sure.
Fantastic.
Kinda
Looks
clippy.
amazing, yeah.
Looks amazing. Feels really badass.
Okay, nothing happening
so
so
now,
far.
before you go a little bit into the basic chains and all that, we're right. So we have, as we've been doing for a little while, it's a 2-hit chain hero, but with a lot of like
For
little
fuck's sake, not
fun
again.
things.
Yeah.
We'll go a little bit more into detail as to why we picked some of these choices,
Mhm.
but just like it's gonna be super interesting. So Mike,
Let's go.
let's go.
So we'll start again from the light attacks. So like JC mentioned, 2 hits chains. Light attacks can chain to every direction, of course.
Normal
These
lights.
are not enhanced. They get blocked
Yeah,
by JC.
blocked.
Well,
Go.
here. I move to heavy attacks. Same thing. Heavy attack into heavy attack.
Is that
Pretty
is that
good.
700 MS for the second
So
one?
by now you're like, oh, what is this hero, right? Like there's 2 swords. I don't know what's going on. You know,
What are you doing? to
Oh,
us?
that emote
so
spam is gonna go
part
crazy.
of- one
That
of the
stance switch
main
spam is gonna
pillars
go
that
crazy.
We've been working on, we've been wanting through this hero, and it's something that I think the community has been wanting for a long time. Soft feints, right?
Soft feints,
So
okay.
What? Yeah,
we
soft
haven't done
feints.
like a really soft feint centric hero in a long time.
Okay.
But it also can't feel like our other like heroes that have a lot of soft feints, like Aramusha, for example, right? You would think, and I saw in chat a lot of people like even from the videos that we released
Yeah.
this week, go, oh, this is just gonna be Aramusha 2.0 potentially or whatever. It is not.
Yeah, please don't say that.
And so Mike, please go into
Let
what
us-
makes her unique.
What makes her unique here?
Well, let's
so
see.
soft feints, maybe just a very quick explanation of soft feints for the
Yes.
audience. Soft feints is not throwing an attack and cancelling it like I did there, which is kind of the usual thing that you do with
Yeah, that's a hard
hands.
feint.
That is a hard feint.
Yes.
When we talk about soft feint, it's throwing an attack, but throwing a different attack during the startup.
Yeah.
To essentially transition to that second attack there. So what
Oh,
JC is doing
shit.
here, maybe
Okay.
that looks a bit clear. Maybe go from top to side.
How
there.
fast is that?
JC throws a heavy attack and
That's
then
so
soft feints
fast.
into a light attack. From
I know
the
it's meant to
side.
be
from a different
unreactable, but
stance.
that
From
kind
a
of looks
different
weird.
stance. Very important. It's not in the same direction.
Nope.
It's in a different direction.
Yeah.
So you can do that with heavy attacks into light attacks, but you can also do that with heavy attacks into heavy attacks.
But that's cool. That's
Which
cool.
is
That's a
something,
slanderous
right,
moment.
We very rarely, like Kinsey has some soft feints into heavies.
We-
but this
we
is
like
the
that.
first time that we have soft feint into lights, soft feint into heavies, having like a lot of focus on this.
Nice.
But there's even more.
There's even more. So
Something that I've been asking for a
with,
while.
You know, soft feinting. There's a couple of things you can do. There's one part in the chain that I'll mention first, just before we jump into more
Yes.
soft feinting stuff. Here is I mentioned before we have a light, heavy, light.
The lights don't really seem to do
heavy
anything.
chain. You also have a light chain with a bash in chain, but you need to soft feint your heavy attack. You can do this from neutral, but generally we've seen lots of players going into chain
What does the bash do?
and throwing a bash. In this case, frightful kick. It's a kick,
Yeah.
an unblockable bash coming from the soft feint.
Nice.
You know, and you can do this from neutrals as well. You know, you
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
you can soft feint.
So, Yeah,
into
so
this
the,
kick.
so the idea overall is that like anytime you soft feint with this hero and you go into either a light, a heavy, or that frightful kick, you always go to your finishers. So this means that I can do like technically heavy opener into heavy, soft feint into heavy, into heavy, soft feint into heavy, into soft feint into light, and do however you want. So you kind of have an infinite chain.
Yeah, like
It is an
super-
infinite
as
chain,
long
but it
as
doesn't
you
seem
do your
brainless.
Soft feints constantly.
Nice.
So that's super interesting there because it adds like another dimension, right? It's not just a regular infinite chain, which is something, by the way, while we're developing the hero, we
Yeah.
tried to give her at some point an infinite chain.
We
And
did.
with all the soft feint options, it didn't really feel right. It was getting really complicated to figure out where am I at in my chain.
Okay,
what's
but so
going
far
on.
this does look
We had a
like
bunch
just
of different
better
things,
Aramusha.
infinite chains, all sorts of things. And we ended up focusing on this aspect because there's another part to her kit that we'll be seeing very shortly. Just part
Okay.
of what the other thing that makes her really unique. But it's really interesting. One last thing.
Does she have any movement deck?
Yes.
I just want to hijack the animation presentation for half a second
Yeah. Good
because
point.
it looks
good point.
too good, and I want to give them a
I don't know
massive
about that.
shout out. Look at those stance changes.
I don't like that.
When you switch your stance
I don't like
from
the
left to right,
stances. Okay,
all
I
the little
appreciate that, but I
flourishes, all
don't like
stuff
the
that's been
position.
Going, I'm taking over for them for a second there, but they know they have crazy props there. This hero, the animations look amazing. There's a lot of attention that's been paid also to the soft feints, so that
I don't like light
everything looks
animations.
a lot more realistic. When we were designing
It's
the
like
hero, we're
The sword has to
super
travel such a
consistent
large
to make sure
distance,
that
such a
we had
long
soft
distance
feints that
for
looked
the light
believable.
attack to actually
We
reach
had
the
two
enemy. It
weapons,
just
wanna
doesn't
make
look
sure that
real.
Whenever you start an attack and you suffer into something else, that it moves very, very, very seamlessly. So it's really it was really important for us.
Yeah.
And I think it's reflected really well in there. So it kind of fits with the whole soft feint team. Yeah.
Exactly. So
What else is there that's kind of unique with this hero?
Now let's get to the first unique part.
Yes.
First,
Right.
I mentioned that specifically.
Something's happening.
So this hero has soft feinting as kind of a dominant mechanic, but what makes her cool is you can soft feint into this move.
Movement
Or
deck.
if you can show it like how far it goes.
Movement deck
Fear
mentioned.
and Fury.
Yes.
So this is essentially soft feinting into a dodge if you're thinking about input buttons, but this is a special kind of move.
Yes, it's a very, very special kind of move.
If you've been paying attention, you would have seen the guard indicator show guard in all directions.
Yes.
This is of course an assassin, which means that
Yes.
if you
Yeah.
attack an assassin at the right time during a dodge, she deflects.
Yes. So I'm gonna like throw a top heavy towards me, and I'll show it
Yeah.
this regular.
Let me
deflect, right?
move a tiny bit back, top heavy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, assassins,
That's cool.
right? Important to note. I saw people when they were seeing the gameplay trailer, screaming deflects in chat.
Yeah.
Yes, deflects. Yes, it's the first assassin, pure assassin that we've made in For Honor since Nusha, which is your favorite,
Since Best Girl Nusha?
right? So,
Long time ago.
Yeah, Best Girl
we've been
Hatun
wanting
now.
to do assassins. We've wanted to get back into making assassins using deflects.
Yeah, we
with
love
the removal of
deflects.
reflex guard that we've done quite a while ago now.
Deflects add so
we've been
much to the
getting more
hero.
and more and more into,
It's
like,
so
we can
easy.
actually make assassins now
They
with
just make a hero so fun
So
so easily.
This is our first assassin for a long time.
Yeah.
Super excited, and she has the flex, and so we wanted to, on top of it, make her special. And so what's interesting with that move there that we see that like she runs towards her opponent.
Oh, that's kind of fucking cool.
The idea here is
It's
that
not really a
it's
deflect,
not full
though.
block, it's full deflect. So
Gotcha.
similarly to what we've seen in the
Wait, so an
testing
unblockable would
like,
just
not that long ago, right? With
blow through it?
She has full deflect frames for the entire duration of that move as she runs forward. Any attack that could be deflected, so unblockable.
So it's like, yo, it's the...
Any attack that could be deflected
it's the,
will be
fuck,
automatically deflected. So, Mike, if you
damn,
want to try it out,
it's a
like,
Ferris tier 3.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
try the
just
attack? Yeah,
run
here
there.
we go.
See, so I
But
hit
that's
her
cool
on
as fuck,
private,
though.
she did it
I like
deflect.
this. This
And
is,
that's
like,
already,
actually
That
unique.
works for any side, anywhere. If there's people around that try to hit you while you're running, you will deflect them. You can do whatever deflect punishes. We'll go into that after that.
Full
You
counter!
can get like anything there. So it's really, really cool that to really have that.
Okay, now does she have, like, actually
Synergy.
multiple
She's an
punishes she
assassin
can do after
going
deflect?
all in
Because
on
if not,
deflect.
L.
It's also a pretty interesting move. You can target swap it. Clearly, 1v1, it's kind of, we're not really show it. But it's interesting to go. You can hit somebody, you can soft feint, and then target swap, run towards somebody.
Can she shoot a
else,
Kamehameha?
into the mix of the fight and really
As a
running
feat.
around.
Oh yeah, feats exist.
Kind of crazy, so it's really
Damn!
The other part that's kind of cool with it is that you can soft feint into it, right?
That's
You
cool as
can
fuck.
also
That is cool as fuck.
chain into it after
That's
a light
like-
or a heavy.
Ah,
So
okay.
because of this,
That
it
is
kinda
cool as
gives
fuck.
her a lot of freedom into.
This is a
when
lot of
do
what
I
I've been
use
asking
this
for.
kind of extender move. What can I do with
Heavy
it?
into
Or
heavy
how
soft
can I
feint,
use it
multiple
offensively,
directions,
defensively as well.
like
It's kind of
special
a-
cool
like
counter abilities that
design
involve
was
movement.
working on it, Noel, big shout out to Noel, by the way.
I
Wanted
need
to
more,
make
but this is
something that
goated.
was really attack as you defend and defend as you attack type of thing, but not in a conventional way that we typically have in Fortnite. It's not a superior block.
You should do a
it's not
Getsuga
pressing counters
Tensho.
or anything. It's a
Tensei
I'm
probably can.
committing to a big forward dodge that has a lot of potency that makes people scared, and it also ties in with
22.
lore, right? We were listening to
Okay.
Raphael earlier and
Yeah.
stuff, and a lot of it is about like
Wait, can
controlling
she soft feint out of that? Oh, please.
I don't know about you, but if I was on a battlefield and this crazy person with two massive swords
Yep.
started running towards me, I'd be a little bit
Can
scared.
she go Kayokendo?
Way.
Yeah.
When they make a bare-handed hero,
Alright,
he
so
will.
then, Mike, do you want to run us through
Let's,
what we can do? Because
what
it's
we
not
can
just
do,
a
yeah.
run, right?
Of course.
If it was just a run, you'd be like, whatever. But what
that's
can we do
okay.
out of this one?
So out of this run, you can chain, right? So let's go. That's.
How long
default,
does that last?
Fear and Fury. Out of this Fear and Fury, you can do a light attack. There we
Oh,
go.
that's cool as fuck.
I'll
It's
do it
like-
from top.
You know how For Honor is so
Yeah.
fucking slow? And then this is actually kind of cool.
You can do it
Big
from-
slash.
Also,
I can do this from side.
It's like you
Yeah,
can make.
so another
You have
key
to.
aspect that we
I
have
like
here
that
that
it
Mike
makes it
can show us
seem that
is-
you have to.
it's really interesting that we wanted to really.
How do I
push
explain
the
this? It's like you have to.
stance-based
You have to
aspect
think
of it.
fast,
It's not just
right? There's multiple
I
things
run,
you
I
can
do
do at any
something.
point. It makes
If
the
I run,
enemy's
I pick a
mind
stance, I do an attack.
race
So you have light, you also
with
have
all your
attack
soft
as
feints,
well.
dash into whatever the fuck this
That
is.
is a pretty quick zone attack there.
Fly this
No
one,
light
so
into
zone
unblockable
attack out.
chain
Right?
so
big
far,
zone attack hits
goated.
people around, that's really good.
but
Then, so
can I get
already you
something
have, like,
more?
A bunch of different options, but you can do the light from any different stance. The light also chains.
That's-
more into
animation
pushing
is
back
so
to the
fucking
fear.
bad.
You can kind of have like a lot of
oh
like,
well.
running around.
It's
there.
it's just that
What
the
I would
distance.
suggest
This fucking sword has to travel is so
but it
huge
can actually
that
be really
when you make it a
I'm not gonna-
400
we're not
ms
gonna go into
light,
crazy details here 'cause I wanna
it
get
doesn't
people
work.
a bit of
She's
feedback
teleporting.
before.
Sure.
But at the same time, we've carefully thought out the duration of these things, and I would say experiment with them a little bit. It might look like, oh, I'm going to just do like, run light, run light, run light. That does not necessarily work as well as you would think it does. There's ways to counter it. We've put a lot of thought into how do you counter it.
Yeah, last
but
time
how
you
do
said that you made
counter
Soe, so I don't
counter
know.
as well. We have like a lot of thought put into it, but it's really it's a question of
Did you have enough data to make this hero?
situations. If you land a heavy and you do fear and
Do
fury,
you guys think they have enough data to nerf Pirate
different
this
frame
season?
advantages that if you
Yep.
land a light and you go into fear and fury. So there's a lot of thought that was put towards this to really make it super efficient.
Ultimately, this gives you lots of options.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So
The,
many
the, the,
options.
the breadth of it is like the basis is we want to give players a lot of options.
Yeah.
To have a lot of player experience.
Are they having
How do you wanna
internet
play her, what do you
connection
wanna do,
issues
That's good. But then there's one button,
in the Warriors Den live stream?
No, you didn't see
didn't
me,
say
you
that.
didn't see
Spoil
me
that.
do it.
but right? But there's one more button that you can do while you are running. Actually, there's two more, but we'll show. Like,
Please be a
something
dodge.
else, like just to show, you can also like dodge out of it.
Yep.
So if you do.
Yeah,
Go that, go in.
yeah,
dodge
yeah,
cancel.
Dodge
yeah.
cancel out of
Okay,
it. So, like,
okay,
if
okay.
something happens and
Movement
like,
tech.
if a bash is
Movement
coming at
tech.
you, you
I'm
can, like,
movement
dodge out of
teching.
it and you can do like a a lot of interesting things outside center with.
Nice.
But
I'm like doing fun
what do
shit.
you do with that
That's
heavy
actually
button?
fast
What do I
paced.
do with that heavy button? So that heavy button leads us to the second unique,
Yes.
called Bloody Wrath. Very aptly named. It's an unblockable pinning move.
That deals
Comes
10
out
damage.
of Fear and Fury.
Yeah. And in any stance, right? So it's like left, right,
Any
top.
stance.
Similarly, a little bit, if you've played Pirate, she has something a little bit similar, but we really pushed it to the extreme where she uses her sword to impale, and she can kind of use her gun or push back.
I need more though.
But instead of just going, we have like this, whatever, there's a lot more options with her,
Once
right? So
more.
why don't you run us through them?
More options is always good. So let's go. We'll pin you. And I can follow up with the light attack.
Yeah.
Very quick
Super
light
quick,
attack.
Yeah, very, very fast. Kind of ties in with her feats that you'll see in a little bit. But sometimes you want to do a light if you're in a group fight, if you're in any kind of situation where like, I can't get stuck in that animation really quickly.
Yeah.
Throw out a light, you get out of it super quickly.
Cool. Fantastic. Next, you can pin and go into a zone attack.
That's
This
cool.
is an armored zone attack. So you cannot be interrupted with it.
I mean, forced hyper armor just because
this is
we
also
need the hero to be viable in team
Exactly.
fights.
So
That's
if
kind of
you wanna deal
cringe,
a bit
but
more damage,
whatever.
people around you, whatever, works quite well. But
this
then
hero should not have had super armor.
another one.
I mean, hyper armor.
So you pin somebody, and now you want to finish them off.
Oh,
with a heavy
fuck.
Finisher follow up off of that Bloody Wrath. And
Yeah.
this does.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
does
30
do
damage.
Spins for quite a long time as well.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. Like
Hey, yo. High damage move that's hard to get. Check.
Blood splatter, everything.
Yeah.
You feel like she's getting there. And again, that's part of how we
Holy
design
shit.
these moves.
Damn.
is from the fear aspect. Right?
One,
the idea here is
two,
that
3.
she does this
Yeah, 30.
not because she's cruel, because she wants to be like violent or whatever, or she absolutely wants to kill that person.
That is crazy.
But it's also to scare people around her.
Yeah.
Because again, if you're in a fight and you see her
Oh,
doing
so
this,
I get
like,
what the PK feed testing round was
don't really
about.
want that to
It was
happen
the
to me, so
beta
it
for this
plays
character.
into that fear aspect as well, which is super important to this hero. And it also ties in with Feats as we go.
Yeah, we'll
along
see.
further out. So, I don't want to spoil too much, but that's pretty interesting.
And I thought it was cool. You mentioned the VFX on it too. Did I see some blood splatter on the screen?
You saw blood splatter
Yeah.
on the screen.
That is a nice touch.
Let me just.
Okay, I really like that animation.
Blood splatter on the
I
screen.
love the
Nice
momentum of that
curvature
side
in the
heavy
blood
for some
there on the
reason.
side.
That's
Very,
awesome.
very
It looks so
nice.
natural,
So
unlike the
But
lights.
Before the
yeah,
feats, though.
yes.
Before the feats, we have a couple of other ways we can get into this move.
Yes.
No
We
way,
did talk
yay,
about the
more
Deflect
abilities.
earlier.
Yeah, so that's another part of what's interesting with this hero is that Bloody Wrath as a move by itself, it's interesting. It's a pin. It does all different things. That's pretty cool. But we wanted to go again, hardcore all in with this.
Yeah.
And to make it an integral part of her moveset. We didn't want to go, you have to do Fear and Fury to be able to do Bloody Wrath. It's pretty cool, but it's not really like the thing that we absolutely need to do. So it's also available in a lot of different situations.
Nice.
So for example, like you can
I'll throw it top heavy, and you can start with the first one there.
So on Deflect, you get it.
Ah,
Like, so I maxed it out, so you do it again so I can show like a different follow-up there. So every time you deflect, either from a normal deflect on the side or off of Fear and Fury, you can always go into Bloody Wrath, which is pretty cool.
Is
You
that
also get it
13
off of what
damage?
else?
Guard break.
A guard break, right?
Successful guard break on somebody. puts you so
Welcome
many
back,
into that
Shinobi,
Bloody Wrath, you can hold the
triple,
Exactly.
what do you call that?
Here, because I'm sure there's people in chat.
Sickle
going,
Rain.
"Oh,
Welcome
this
back,
is really cool."
Shinobi, testing round,
We're
Sickle
talking
Rain
about
from
it.
GB.
Every single version of Bloody Wrath that we're seeing. So
Died
the one
2022,
that is
born
off of Fear and
2025.
Fury, the one that's off Deflect, the one that's off of Guard Break, and there's two other ways to get into it. They all have different initial damage values, so that we can balance them accordingly.
Yeah, obviously.
So that, for example, the one off a Guard Break, if you do the Guard Break and you do the heavy follow-up, then what ends up happening is you deal like
I feel like this is gonna be a
little
bit
more, like,
repetitive,
typical
but
damage for a guard
whatever.
break. But if you do it off of Fear and Fury, you deal more. If you deal it off of a parry or a deflect, you deal different amounts of damage. So that's really
Okay,
important.
that's
to note
GB.
here that yes, there's a lot of different ways to go into it, but at the same
I
time,
don't know about that.
the initial damage of the initial hit from Bloody Wrath.
They
is
finally
different
used the
depending
data.
on the situation.
Nice.
So we also have it off of a parry, right?
Parry. So
Oh,
far,
bro,
these are
what the
not
fuck?
very
This is like
soft
what
hits
Sohei
there.
should have
Right.
been
You can follow up
almost
on
with
that.
his gimmick.
So
It's like you can get it from
there's something that's interesting. here, right?
multiple
So
ways other
off
than
of a
just
heavy
like the
parry,
basic.
It's not guaranteed, so we can do it again. I'll do it, and you can dodge it.
It's cool. It's really cool that it's not
Off of a
guaranteed.
light
Holy
parry,
shit.
However, it is. You can do a dodge attack to me, for example, for the side dash.
Side dodge attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
side
yeah,
dodge
yeah.
attack,
Here we go.
Right, so off a slight dodge attack, it's fully guaranteed. So again,
Light parry.
you get good stuff there. It kind of works. That works really well. Again, really well off of a parry. Off of a heavy parry, you can still get a light. That's good. The other thing that's interesting is that, just to mention, off of guard break, if you don't want it to have the entire time of it, because this is a pin, it takes a while. It's interesting.
Yeah.
You can still zone attack and get the full 24 damage.
Okay,
that you
obviously.
normally
That's
get,
the point
right?
of the
So
zone.
we still thought it out. To make
I
sure
still
that we
don't like
have
it. I mean, the
no
neutral
setup
heavies
here
should have been
that
faster.
works
They should have been
and makes sense,
700
that
MS,
value
and the
is
zone would have been
really
800.
That's kind of interesting here.
It's kind of
So that's about it for.
I mean, that's the
set
one
in
thing.
General, right?
so far.
We're gonna go towards
That
Feats.
and the stab might get a bit repetitive.
Yes.
Fill the void a bit.
Yeah. So thank you, Mike. So
Let's see feats.
a lot of the stuff we've been talking about, right? So we've
Yeah.
been working on this hero for quite a while now. We know the hero quite well. We faced a lot of challenges building this hero, right? We have a soft feint hero. It's not the easiest thing to build all the time.
Sure.
Want to make sure it's balanced. We also wanted to make a hero that was not particularly easy to play as, right? There's a lot of options. There's a lot of room for.
I think they
players
watched
to
the slanderous rant.
balancing.
Yeah.
We also tried a lot of different things. I won't go into too much details because I'm going to go necessary. But we tried a lot of different aspects, and not everything always worked out because this is normal and it's for honor. And sometimes you go, I wish there was this, that. Doesn't mean we didn't try stuff, but also at the same time, it's like we need to make it fit within what's in For Honor, and it makes sense. So we ran into a small snag, so we can give this.
Okay, it's crazy how they didn't go hard on the hyper armor.
So
Only
yeah,
for
that's
that
pretty
one
cool.
move
That
after
is
you
cool.
get the
And so,
the stab.
so where do you see?
It's
like,
still forced.
I mean,
I
like,
still
the
don't like that
inspiration
it's
you
there,
have
but
for her,
you know
obviously,
it's
first
needed.
assassin in a
I
long
just
time,
wish it could have been done in a
and
different
obviously we
way.
see these kind of like cool like pinning maneuvers.
This is
that
just a
she
small
has,
gripe.
So where
Whatever.
do you maybe see her in regards to like the team comps and other areas like that?
Yeah. So in terms of team composition, because she has like pins, she has
Fuck
like
composition.
a really good
Just show the
access
feats.
to that pinning move, right?
Nobody
to
does team
What's
composition other
interesting here-
than
thank you.
competitive
What's
players.
interesting here is that like she
We don't
pairs
care about them.
really well as a gank initiator. So heroes that have a lot of big damage from neutral. I'm talking like maybe Shigoki.
Yeah.
Yep.
That kind of stuff.
It's a
where you can
perfectly
actually, like,
good
guarantee a lot of
identity to have
damage
for a
off of
character.
An ally pin. Those work really, really well. She's really good to set these things up. So she works really, really well.
Now
with
there's
these
still
heroes.
feats
She works
left
well
to
with,
see.
Like a lot of different team compositions. Again, big trajectories on her.
And
attack. She hits
the
a
basic
lot around
moveset,
her.
it looks good enough.
Might be good at
It
shooting,
looks
pretty good at
perfectly
stalling as well. So
so
you can
far.
get into good points and stall people to get.
looks
into a good
perfectly
point.
decent.
She's a much more universal.
Because there's
hero,
just a
but
lot of
again, she's
depth to be had
pretty
with like
tough to
those
use
heavy
effectively,
into heavy
so
soft feints.
Take your time.
There's a
get
lot
to
you can
play
do with that.
her, get into what you need to get into, and really flesh out, understand the moveset. She's not the easiest hero to play, but there's a lot of really cool things that you're gonna get
Dude,
into.
why don't you make a hero that's super fucking hard to play?
Alright, cool. So
And I can play it for like
Feats now, right?
years.
All right. Let's take a look.
Alright, let's see.
Awesome. All right, so
Alright.
Mike.
So
Kill that
we're,
minion.
looking at feats now. I want to give a caveat. Like we've messed with cooldowns, especially for one of the
like
feats.
usual.
That's cool.
It's not just an instant thing, and we'll talk about that.
Even
in a
then,
sec.
only the fourth feat as a cooldown, and we'll tell you what the actual cooldown is going to be.
Exactly.
Nice.
So let's start with feat 1. Feat 1 is a passive feat that you unlock. It's called Relentless. Now, we talked about soft feints a lot in this hero. You
Big
will
stamina
be
from the
using
enemy.
Soft feints a lot when you're playing Cartoon. Soft feints cost stamina.
Mhm.
However, once you unlock the Relentless,
Soft
feat,
feints
first
don't
one,
cost
it has
stamina?
No cooldown. It's a passive feat. No more stamina cost for your soft feints.
Yep.
Yo.
Nice.
So that's really
Okay.
interesting, right? Because we want her to rely on those soft
Oh,
feints quite a bit
shit.
to open up opponents.
Yeah.
Typically, When you
Okay.
have soft feints, you have a lot of stamina.
Okay, this is
cost.
actually like a good fucking feat that's
So
in
because
character
we want this
and
hero
is
to
fun.
Have like a bit of an easier time, and we want to encourage you. To
It's
go
like,
for
yeah,
it.
you know, she's a master of the blade.
And
Obviously,
feats
soft
essentially shows
feinting,
you paid initial
soft
cost.
feinting
So
would
if you want
not
a
cost
soft
any
feint to a light,
stamina because
you
she's
go
so
kick.
used to it. Like
Also,
she
which is
utilizes the
huge
momentum of the
factors
blades
cost.
so
there's
well
more stamina, right?
that it doesn't cost any
Always
stamina to
only
begin
pay
with.
The 12
It
cost
makes
upfront
perfect
for
sense.
The heavy, but not the initial, not the extra cost for whatever you.
Right?
spend.
This is the kind of feats that I want to
More
see,
soft
not
feints.
fucking.
Exactly.
All right.
Soft feint.
I throw a stone
Now,
at you
as
far away, it
with-
deals 50
with,
damage.
all our new heroes, we want to
It's
make
like,
sure that the
it's
feats
in
are
character,
synchronizing
it's
with
fun,
each other and
it's
with
not
each
bullshit.
other, right?
The enemy isn't gonna
Feat
feel
2
like
is, once again,
they
a
got
passive
cheated
feat
on.
called
It's like,
brutal.
good.
And the way it works is when I land follow up.
Yeah,
attack
but Kensei
on
also has
my
a
bloody
big ass
rack,
sword,
off
so
of
you know,
the
whatever.
blade,
It doesn't have to be consistent for every hero.
my damage is increased by 20% for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
This is a it's a passive.
Yeah,
feat,
give
doesn't
this to
have cooldown.
Toramusha, low
It
key.
doesn't reset immediately, so you will kind of have to wait it out and
Fuck's sake.
perform That's a hard word to say, actually. Reperform the move to get that buff as well. So you see the glow on the hands.
Yeah.
You'll see the damage increase icon there in the health bar. As
Yeah. So
She-
what's
she has
interesting
to
Is that a
commit to
damage
that
buff?
he has to
follow-up.
commit to it, and then it doesn't last for super long. And like you said, you can't refresh it. This is part of what I was saying. Like it triggers off of light,
Yeah.
phone, or heavy phone.
Isn't that
right?
just
So
VG's
sometimes
tier
you
3?
You might want to go. Oh, I just want the damage buff quickly. I'm gonna do a quick one. Go into light. Works super well.
Isn't that
still
just
get it
VG's tier
regardless.
3?
But the idea is that like you again to play into player choice, into what we need to do. Super interesting. Works quite well there. So that's really. Good.
Wouldn't it have been better if
Also,
she
it
gave
plays into-
fear to
sorry,
the
just
enemy
say,
instead of
plays
buffing
into that
herself
fear
up?
aspect as well, right?
Right.
We're talking about fear again. The idea here is she lands that bloody wrath, does something, scares people around her. She feel like you're kind of worried. You go, oh wait, and then she ends up being stronger to make you more afraid to play.
No, bro, you get
That's a big
fear.
part of
So it's like
why
fear
we're-
itself,
what we're
like a weak
building these
version.
identities with the type of thing, which is super interesting in my
The
opinion.
hell?
That's cool.
Exactly.
Why,
And then
why did they make her
moving
buff
on with
herself instead of
fear?
the hell?
What goes with fear? It's intimidation.
Yeah.
And that is the name of feat 3. The way it works is whenever you kill an enemy, you will gain a, let's call it a fear aura.
Yeah.
There
an
we go.
aura around you.
This is
It
what I
lasts for
was
10 seconds. It's
thinking
stuck to
about.
you,
Oh,
so
maybe they
you
gave it
move
to
around
tier
with it.
3.
And
That's why they
anybody
can have it on tier
inside-
2.
any
That's why it's so
enemy
forced.
Inside that will take 25% more damage. Now it's an 8-meter aura. I will have to kill you to demonstrate this.
Please kill me.
So
I love that animation.
I'll actually
Yeah, these heavy animations are really nice.
I'll go side. I'll go side. Just
This is like our PlayStation's JC.
Yeah.
Just try not to die. Let me just help throw you in
All right,
where we
yeah.
can see. Okay.
So you see, yeah. So
See
there's
the
the big
VFX?
AoE around you. There's that stuff
Yep.
going on there.
Okay,
Just
sure.
Running back really quick.
That tier 2, I don't know about that.
I will run
Tier
towards
3,
you.
fine.
Oh,
Does it work?
turn off.
Okay, instantly.
Only
Does it
JC
work
Yes.
Yeah.
on the
I have a special god mode in this game. That
What's
I can
their
do
name?
whatever I
Oh,
want. So
that's
that's why
what-
I don't
Uh,
play live.
I see.
This is also
officers
the
in Breach?
only way,
Does it work on them?
this
If
is
so-
PlayStation.
Yeah, that's it, right?
If
But
so-
that's the thing, right? So this feat again, it plays on the fear aspect, right? You kill somebody, everybody around you goes, oh.
Yeah.
And then you get lower. You increase the damage you take, right? So it's a defense debuff. Those two feats,
Everyone around you go,
feats you work
I
really
don't
well
know about
in
that.
tandem.
Yeah.
Essentially, you hit somebody, you get your damage buff. You kill somebody, you defense debuff everybody around you. And
Yeah,
then
that's
she
kinda
becomes,
forced, but
like,
whatever.
An insane killing machine. She does like 45% extra damage, essential on everybody around her for 10 seconds.
Fine.
Very, very, very strong. Super
Holy
interesting.
shit, it's like
Not
PK's
super
tier
selfish, and
4
the
should have
Feats
been
is
in the
really not
testing
selfish
grounds.
At all. You
Yeah.
really help out your entire team.
Crazy.
So you land this. If she kills somebody in a group fight,
Is it just
everybody's
fear
happy.
itself though? Is it
Because one of
is
the
it really
few
fear
heroes
itself?
Everybody's
that-
happy.
Right.
You know, like
How much
you
did
know,
it
you
say
play
it was the value?
Play any game you see, and you wanna you wanna kill steal because I'm gonna kill steal.
Yeah.
Please don't do that with her
Yeah.
because then it'll actively hurt you.
Yeah.
It's always beneficial that she gets the final hit on somebody when that feat is on.
Oh, teammates are gonna be
Every
fun.
Let
Teammates
her
are gonna be so fun playing this
Nice.
character.
There you go. And then finally, feat 4, right? So we're trying something really, really, really different for a fourth feat.
This is another spicy one, fresh from the GE team. It's called Ultimate Punishment,
Yeah.
and JC kind of alluded to it before. There's one more way to get access to your Bloody Wrath, and that is unlocking feat 4, pressing that button,
Holy fuck.
And then
very quickly doing a lot of damage.
you do it straight from
Jump
neutral.
scare.
Again, it's something that's kind of interesting. It matches the stance you're in, which is the first time we're doing this.
Yeah.
So if you're in left, top, or right, it's gonna do the Bloody Wrath in that move, in that stance, and it's parryable. It's 400 MS though. So
Variable.
400
Very
MS.
quick.
400 MS.
Good luck.
Pretty much unreal.
Like I
Wait,
don't think
so-
anybody is able to do that on
Yeah.
React.
Okay, whatever, man.
No other
it's
players
such
or
a
amazing pro players.
broken fucking
That is
ability.
really
It is a
good,
tier
especially
4 though.
Yeah.
What's also cool, Mike, is what's the cooldown on this?
The cooldown of
I mean, I
this
guess it's kind of like
25
Fujio.
seconds, and that's unusual for.
It is very unusual, right? So typically when we do feat 4s, we do these big bombastic feats. You can think Fire Flash.
Right.
You can think
This is such a jump scare.
right? All sorts of things that we do, like Hitokiri's for fourth feat that like kind of instant kills you. So we typically do really crazy big feats on tier 4. But for this, we're trying something different.
The
And I
cooldown
wanna
is
see-
tweaked. It's going to be much
I want to
longer,
get people's
obviously.
opinions. I want to see. I'm going to go on
what they
Reddit,
said.
clearly because I
Sure,
I
yeah.
love to run Reddit.
We love it.
But I want to see what people think about this.
I mean, it is 42 damage.
Who
It's
you
not that
like
great.
to have
It does
in
give you a
tier 4
buff.
feat
So
that has it's a big
yeah, I think it's
impact on the
fine.
game regardless.
It's gonna be annoying
But
though.
it's a less
Like an I win
explosive
button.
feat on a much shorter cooldown that you can use really often.
Yeah.
It's something that we've seen players kind of ask for once in a while. So it's something that we're trying out with this hero. At the same time, it fits super well with her feet, with her kit, with everything. And then again, you want to gank somebody, you just do this 400 MS.
Oh, that's
unblockable,
gonna be terrible.
neutral, really, really, really like hard to react to. Can set up a lot of damage. Can set up a lot of good stuff, and it's available really, really often.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
It's not like it's not that tier 4 you're gonna throw.
But don't
towards
leave
the
yet
game,
because we
right?
got
Yeah.
patch
Like,
notes to
really
see.
often.
There you go. Very cool. Very.
That's the kit.
It looks
That's-
alright. The feats
those are
look alright.
feats.
The tier 1 was
They
my
are
favorite.
all meant to synergize with each other, so we're looking really forward to seeing what crazy things people do, especially in team fights.
And as I said before, like I'm super hyped with this hero. Honestly, we can put our controllers
Yeah,
down.
Holding this lock button.
But
for a
yeah,
while.
yeah, right.
We'll stop playing.
So I'm super excited. I think that she brings aspects and gameplay to For Honor that we've never really had before, right?
Yeah.
That move where you run towards your opponent, you have your full deflect. We've never really done that before. We've had
Fira.
moves that run. We've had a Fira that has like your shield in which she runs, but it's on a feat. You can't really do it super often. With her, it's built in her moveset.
Yeah.
We haven't done an assassin in a while, which is super cool, like I mentioned.
If you're at tier 3 on
We haven't done a
command,
hero that has access to this many soft feints on a consistent
I know I'm
basis, right?
exaggerating, but
You
it's
have
still
it
funny.
off of front dodge, you have it off of your opener heavies, off of your finisher heavies. So
Yep,
there's a lot
soft
of
feint to pull
options
block.
there as well.
Looks very,
so
very
we really
fun.
want to have a hero that has that skill expression, that player expression.
Yep.
At the same time, she's hard to play.
Yeah.
We know she's hard to play. She's not like a pick up and do whatever. Soft feints are always a bit trickier
Right.
to play against, but at the same
I
time,
wouldn't
it does feel
trust
fair. You
you
can block
about
and
what's
do
hard to
all
play or
that stuff.
not, but
She
we'll
doesn't
see.
have a front dodge bash. You're still gonna have to do front dodge heavy into kick. You get a bit
Wait,
more of a
what do you
tail
get
on
out of
it.
the kick?
You get a lot
You
of
get a
stuff
light?
that can happen. You can bait opponents in a lot of different ways.
He never did do that
Play with
punish,
frame
did he?
advantage. There's so much that you can kind of learn and get to with this hero. I've
Wait.
seen,
Can you do
we
heavy
have, like,
into
videos
heavy
coming
into
up
heavy
with
into
both
heavy?
things soon on social media. I'm
Forever?
assuming I've seen some of what they
Like
what they've
soft
been
feinting
working on in
forever?
terms of, like punishes and stuff that were all like really intended.
If
where
so, this is the
there's
coolest
all
shit ever.
Creative ways that you can use.
This
her
that
moveset
was one
to
on my wish list of like
I'm
mechanics that I want
super
for
psyched
Honor.
about this. It's a very,
Just
very
infinite
different
heavy into
hero.
heavy soft feint.
Something that I know players have been asking for in terms of like gameplay mechanics with soft feints and stuff.
Yep.
Having another assassin. I remember like people were going nuts for Deflect, so that's great.
Yes.
So really like super excited. Please play her. Give us your feedback again. But it's super awesome. And then yeah, so man, finally, big shout out to the whole team, right, Mike?
Massive shout out to the whole team. I'll start off with the GDs, of course, Noel and Seb, Sebastian. Great work on the hero, and everybody that, of course, supported us. You've already seen some of them. The arts team, the animation department, VFX, audio.
Yeah, I don't know about the light attacks,
GPP
and I don't know
support.
about the
There were lots of
stances,
things that
but
we
the
tried
rest looks good.
to put into
in
this
my
character
opinion.
that to just to make it work, and we got somewhere that is really fun to play.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get this in players' hands.
What?
I'll be playing tomorrow.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
happening?
Yeah,
For sure.
And really, like you said,
What happened again?
everybody You mentioned definitely like the art team, the animation team, VFX,
Oh
everybody.
yeah, we didn't really get to
We had
see
anything
the other
before
feats,
with Alex and,
didn't we?
Tara. So it's a big team effort, right? It's not always simple. It takes us a while to make new heroes to really get them to a point where we're happy, and it's super cool. I want to give like special thanks to Noel and Seb, who worked like were two game designers that were in charge of this hero tirelessly. Seb joined us a year ago. He was supposed to be on the Warriors End today. Unfortunately, something came up and he couldn't be here. But they worked tirelessly.
No
Super
tier 4
awesome, really
horse.
good job for them. We're really, really happy.
They do
And we
have horses in For Honor,
amazingly
and elephants too.
cool-looking hero that has unique things.
Slender
I
isn't
can't wait
aware.
because
I am,
Vestas and,
unfortunately.
a new face segments like coming
No
up.
spoilers.
But no spoilers. But really, like everybody worked super hard, and again, like big ups to everybody. It's amazing, and I hope our players are gonna like it.
Yeah.
Please play her.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you so much, JC. Thank you,
The
Mike,
hero is
for
fire,
being here,
Skedaddle.
for going through
At least
this
initially.
incredible move kit, feats, all this
Soft
fun
feints
stuff with
are
this
always
new
fun
hero.
because they make you have to think
Boreas,
faster.
Listen up. Tomorrow, she's out. You can play her yourself, so we hope
And
you
then we get
join
the
us on
patch notes
battlefield
where
then.
they will
but,
nerf
stick
pirates.
around because we're going to do a deep dive into some of the more animation components of
You know,
this
after
hero.
they get done with all the
don't go
bullshit.
anywhere. We'll be right
So
back.
in the meantime, let's see the bingo. Okay, let's begin. So, boring damage numbers, no. She has a 30 damage attack. I like that. I'm keeping this. Bash opener? It's like, she uses soft feints mainly, so I'm not gonna count this either. Annoying off-putting skull helmet, yep. Hybrid, nope. Damage off-screen projectile, not this time. Useless feat alternatives, we didn't really get to see them, so I don't know. 50-50, it's not a 50-50, there's a bit more complexity to it. You got like soft feints and like soft feint into full block into heavy into light. Actually cool. No undodgeables. We'll see about Conqueror later. 400 MS lights. Yeah, but it's on soft feint, so I'm not even gonna count this. It's a soft feint. They should be 400 MS or even faster. Not understanding Apollyon's character. They didn't even mention Apollyon, I don't think. So we actually did get movement deck this time, chat. It's not on second chain, it's after the little dash. It's actually done in an interesting way, so I'm keeping this. Gank specific move. Not really. Unless you want to count the... It's not really. Our team is so talented. I don't think they reused anything. Dodge cancel. But see, this is what I was talking about. The dodge cancel is done in an interesting way. It's like, these things, they're meant to be bad. This is a good thing. Like, the one dodge cancel that she has is done in a good place. Actually fun hero with options. Feintable bash, not today. Soft feint GB. No, soft feint to bash, if anything.
Welcome back,
Technical
Warriors.
issue, a little.
Super excited.
It's not brainless, I don't think. I mean, it might be.
Today, Vanessa and
Check our Twitch.
Noel, how are you both doing?
Great.
Yeah.
Damn.
Super excited. Noel, you've never been. Do you want to introduce yourself
Damn.
first?
I don't think we're gonna get a bingo.
First of all, thank you for
Which is a
having
good
me.
thing, because, you know, this bingos like these
My name is
are meant to be,
Noelle.
like,
I've been working
bad.
For Honor as a
If the
game
bingo is
designer
full, you know the
for
game is going
5 years now.
to shit.
So work on a lot of
And
content
it's like
for
empty
heroes,
today.
and,
So,
where I am today
good.
for Khatun.
Good for the game.
Super exciting. Let's just jump right into it.
Put a
You know,
check mark?
Zero has some of
I don't
the
know.
most brutal executions I think we've ever
She's
seen.
nice and fast. Yeah, it's like,
some
that's the
awesome
beauty of
animations,
soft feint. It's like,
you know,
For Honor usually goes about like, you do light and then you do heavy and then you feint the heavy and that's like whole ass second. But with soft feints you have attacks in between the heavies, so you actually get to be like faster and creative because you have to think, like, you know what I mean? It's fun. And then if you can soft feint into another soft feint, that's like cool as hell. We'll see about the conch rework later. Or like the roll catcher.
These are cool.
Look at that. I touched both end of screen.
These are
Those
massive.
are real
This is
size.
life size?
Life size. I mean, yeah, the size of the weapon in the game.
Are they gonna
They're
show
pretty
executions?
big, they're her hero,
Yeah,
but,
this is cool.
yeah.
Can I hold them?
Didn't they?
Don't-
No.
don't hit
I
one
won't.
You're
I
right.
won't attack anyone.
You cannot impel anyone. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Super cool. I'll lay them down
Yeah.
here.
So there you go. So we have the props here. And yeah, like GC was mentioning, soft feint.
Yeah.
Soft
Pretty
feint!
huge deal
For
for
sure.
this hero. And it was a pretty huge deal for us as well because we need to plan ahead when we have to do all those animations. Because you saw that she has 2 weapons, soft feint, attack, no, on this one, on this one. A
A lot of options.
lot of options. When you start typing them down, like right stance, right attack, soft feint, left stance, when you start like, oh yeah, it seems easy, but when you start like detailing all of that,
Yeah.
it's getting confusing. So we made
I know,
something that
but
we
it's
don't
fun.
often show.
Okay, this is how the
This is
code
the
works.
planning
This is
that
the
we
first time
do
they're
with
showing
the
it how the
mocap.
code works.
This might not be reflective of the gameplay fight kit. I think it is, but sometime we need to just plan ahead.
Not really the
and
code,
make sure
like
we
the
have
structure they use.
everything that we need.
This is the first time we're seeing this.
And yeah, to produce all the animations. So you can see here, it was pretty confusing because, again, like I was saying, you do an attack, and the rule that we decided was to, depending on the stance that you are, this is your main weapon. Like right stance, the main weapon will be right. So first an opener like this, and
Yeah.
the soft feint on the other end, and so on. I'm just trying to explain, and I feel like I'm gonna get confused.
Yeah, I know,
was very
but
confusing, so
listen,
that's why
you
we
have
did
6
that.
months,
And
so
yeah,
that's what you do to make a fun character in the game.
It was pretty confusing. For the
Like, I know.
it's
I know
alright,
this
you
is
by the
probably
way.
all very hard,
You
but
can
you're a
see that the
AAA
little,
company,
blue
and you
red,
have 6 months.
sword as well represent the mocap
And you've
for
done
the
well.
actors. Again, we need to do the animation,
Yeah.
to record them, and that was very helpful.
This acts kind of like a loose script, I guess, that you follow when you're actually doing like the
Right.
mocap.
Yeah, basically, because we need to make sure we have everything.
Yeah.
And even beyond sometime, because we don't know what GC and his team will do sometimes, so we have to plan ahead and try to.
You know what heroes need, chat? Heroes in this game need
plan
more
ahead,
moves they can do
what
from
come
neutral.
out, so,
Because neutral is the
yeah,
state that
pretty-
you're
a lot of
most
animation. But it was fun. I mean,
in,
she looks
usually.
amazing.
You spend most of your time in neutral.
Super cool,
right?
and it's really interesting.
And if you
to see,
feint
like, how
anything,
that
you can
moves,
always go back
how
to
you break
neutral.
it down into like a bunch
So
of
characters from
it's really
neutral should always have a shit ton of abilities, in my opinion. Like
something we saw in the
backstep
last
GB,
segment was
backstep
the rush
light,
move
backstep
that
heavy.
I almost ran into the
You could
camera.
almost make a character
Do you wanna break
entirely
that down a bit
built
more
on
for everyone?
neutral.
For sure. So for this one, it was quite challenging on our side because when we
And
went
it
at
would probably be
mocap,
fun.
We had instructions and some constraints to follow.
Yeah,
at the
6
time.
months.
And when we received the raw data, we kind of.
Oh, that
feel
stance is
it was
fucking
an-
awful, dude. Why is she wielding it
didn't
like
fit
that?
with her,
Mm.
because,
That
as
can't be a real
mentioned,
thing.
The constraint at the mocap was to
Like the
have
second she
the,
swings that
weapon
blade, it's going to
close the
slice
shoulder
her arm.
and near the upper body, because since she's an assassin, she can deflect, right?
Yeah.
So we needed up. And so we saw it.
It's
on
like,
the,
what
raw
if
data,
every
and
Warriors then, they came out
we
like,
wanted maybe to
yo,
try
we added a
something else,
backstep
and what
GB
is
ability to
interesting
Warden.
for us to show you that,
And what does it do?
yeah.
I don't know, it's like a fucking slow bash that grapples the enemy into the ground and stabs them.
So,
But it's fun as fuck.
yeah, as I
So
said,
go
what
ahead.
I find interesting by
Like, wow.
showing you that is
Nice.
the fact that when we go at the mocap, our reality is at that moment isn't necessarily the same when we receive.
Yo,
the
we
data.
added like a,
So, when that
whatever,
happens,
another backstep
it's
GB
that
move to
process.
Shaolin. It's
And
called
yeah, so for this one,
discombobulate.
we tried many
You fucking
variations
slaps your
and,
ears,
like
take some stamina,
we tried
gives you the blind
shoulder
effect,
back on
and
her
it
'cause we
deals
like the
1
feel of
damage.
the wardens.
And you
Yeah.
can kill enemies with it if
So
they
we
have
tried to
1
transpose that
HP
onto
left.
her and to see
And
if
if
we're
you
on a good
do,
track with
he
this
plays
one
this
or not.
other animation where
And
he laughs at you.
even with this test, we weren't
What about that?
satisfied enough.
Didn't feel like it resonated.
What about adding
Yeah.
funny moves to the game, like
Yeah.
once in a while?
Yeah.
Player animation. We heard the guys say it when they were playing. It feels good.
Yo, we gave Lawbringer Roll
That's
Catcher,
what we're
right?
looking
That's what you're
Keep that energy.
And like the movement wasn't responsive enough.
Mm.
So we had many other discussion with this with the team, and one day we came up with the image of a bull.
Mm.
You know, so
Yo,
a
we
bull
gave
is menacing,
Conqueror the ability where if he
holding
keeps
for-
charging the flail for like
You come
3,
in.
5
There you
seconds,
go.
it like slowly
also the
increases the
horns
damage
of a
for
bull
like
can
1
remind
damage
us
per
the
second,
beautiful shape of her
and it
tail
caps out
and
at 40.
So we said, okay,
But
maybe
if you
it's
want
a
to
little
make it deal
crazy,
40 damage,
but
you have to
let's
hold it there for like
test
20
something with
seconds.
this idea and we'll see. So we
And you know,
made
you're
the
never gonna get
test,
it, but
we integrated
what
the
if you do?
animation and we played it, and finally we like the feel of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once in game, you know, dressed with the VFX, and you can see the wind through her clothes and the sound on it. I think at that moment we knew that we managed to.
Yo, we gave Raider a backstep light ability where he hits you with the back of the
Yeah.
pummel of the
It does
axe,
look like a bull.
and
now
it's
that you
like
mentioned it, it does look like
an
a bull.
enhanced light that is only coming from one direction, but
Something
is
we also
enhanced.
saw in the-
and
in
deals
the
10
last
damage.
segment, I think we even saw it in the gameplay trailer too. Was the
How about that?
iconic move? I won't.
Yes.
It's like
react
one
to it.
ability that minorly
Uh,
tweaks a
I would
hero,
love to
gives them a
know
bit more
about
depth.
That in particular. Just
Comes
what-
along with an
Yeah.
execution maybe, and they do one of those every,
So the iconic
you know,
move, I
every
love
once in
working on
2
this
weeks or
animation.
something.
We learned a lot from it, and like the rush,
Or
it
once a
was
week,
very much about the feeling
wanna be cool.
as well. We wanted something brutal, but we also wanted that those who see the movement can feel it as much that those who hold the controller. And you know, with this 2 long swords, we needed a moment when she just skewers her opponent, and we did it not just once, but twice.
Yo, we
And
gave
it was
Warlords,
very great with
we gave
the
Warlord the
camera
bear
shake
hug.
on it, the blood trails on the sword, the sound.
It's
the
already in the
punchy sound
game.
on it as well.
We just did it
Yeah,
for
so
fun.
I think it all creates the apotheosis of her iconic move.
And if he kills you with it, he starts raping you
Since the
in
weapon
your
are
corpse.
really long, it was quite difficult sometimes to, because you want to see your weapon, but they're so long, and wind back, and so we need to adjust the camera doing back and forth
Yeah.
on that, so it feels perfect. So
It
players
looks,
gonna feel it.
The final product looks
You do
amazing.
it, and if you receive it, you're gonna feel it. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
I think I wanted to ask more specifically about that, and like like you're talking a lot about like something that feels good. Can you expand more on that? Like, how do you actually make something that feels good? I feel like it's subjective, maybe a
It's
lot of
very
the times.
subjective. Yes, it's something that it's hard because you cannot really explain it.
Yeah.
You have to feel it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And it's more about gameplay animation is all about that.
For
It's
every
how
one of
you
those
feel, you have to
resources,
put it
they
in hand.
could
It's
use
not
it to
just
balance
the
characters and
animation
other
needs to look
things.
good, 'cause sometimes in the software
Okay, but
it
so
looks
what?
good, you put it in game, doesn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
Because you need to.
It's like
sometimes
balancing
you cannot explain
characters
it.
does not
Sometimes
take
the
effort.
animation needs to be a little bit broken.
If you play the
when you sit,
game,
like outside of the
if you listen at least to the
but when
community,
have it
you
in
do
game,
have the data.
it punch
Balancing
like, ah,
characters
yes,
is as
now I
easy
feel
as
it,
tweaking a
you know,
damage
work
number
with the VFX
most of
thing,
the time,
adding rumble,
or a value,
sound, the
right?
VFX, all of
Every
that makes it
attack
even
has
better.
properties.
But they feel
You
it.
just
and
change
take
the
a look, like,
properties,
I will
and
be
then you add
curious
more
to see
connections. And then the difficult part would be like tying in the animations, and that would be like maybe harder if it's necessary.
So yeah.
But usually it's
got
just
some
a
crazy
value or a
executions
number.
to look at, yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah,
balancing
yeah,
this
they-
game. It's
There's
super easy
There's
if you
some
actually
nuts
play it.
executions that they can show.
Yeah, so feels
Um,
like you said, it's pretty.
And they already,
it's
dude,
a
and they already
nuance.
have
Yeah,
like
for sure.
executions
It's like the
every single
combination
week,
of, like, all the
right?
different aspects
With
of
all
it,
those
like,
animations.
The camera shake, like the cameras.
You just
be
be adding an animation for a
when you're
move.
like kind of like executing.
But it's a-
someone and,
it's
like,
an
the
actual
camera's, like,
ability.
zooming in a little bit at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah,
Like
you
adding
go
that
into
emphasis.
the
Yeah.
action. Yeah, basically, yeah. And
Super cool.
we always like in the back of the
What's up
camera.
with all
we
these women,
live
bro?
The thing. So yeah, feeling is.
Why are there
crucial.
women on my
It's
screen?
part of our. We have to make it feel good.
Because the new hero is a woman, chat.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming on.
You know
and
what
giving
the one
us
on the right
more
looks
insight
like? She
into,
looks like that one like
the production
Wojak
side of things for
girl.
the animation, 'cause it's super cool.
You know the
I
one
love
with
being
black
able to see,
hair?
like all like the raw data and stuff. To like seeing it from that turning into what it is.
But with
now is just,
glasses.
like, incredible. So it's super cool. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Did you want to give shout outs to anyone to say what's up?
Just a big shout out to everyone who
Whole
worked
team?
on this one.
Honestly, yeah. It's a big team effort. Everybody like mentioned it before, but yeah, it's a big team effort to end up with that. So
For sure.
props to everybody. And to the player that will play
Yay,
it
yay.
and
Of
enjoy it as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And folks, stick around because up next we have a music analysis segment, which is pretty cool. It's not something we usually do.
We love
So
our
it's very
music.
exciting. So stick around.
I don't know about the analysis. Oh, there it is. I don't know about these voice lines. I don't know about that. She's putting way too much effort into the attacks, you see? This is a dexterity build that uses strength. She should be a dexterity build. She's using like strength attacks. No, this cannot be. I don't know about these voice lines, man. Yeah, this was probably someone in the animation team that kept changing like the left and right, like blue and orange prop sabers. And they just made like a funny quip out of it. That's cool. She sounds a bit too generic. One thing I do appreciate about Astria is the voice acting. Nice. Alright. Okay, one last thing. Do you know why adding moves to For Honor characters like every week or 2 weeks or month would be awesome? You know why? Simple reason. It's because you'd have to make every YouTuber make another tier list. Because that one character changed, and now they have to make a new tier list every month. And For Honor tier lists are the content that does best in YouTube. And that means more engagement for Honor on YouTube in general. Right? So it would actually be beneficial for the game because you'd have more marketing being done for you in the form of tier lists on YouTube that get tens of thousands of views every month. It's like, Centurion got another ability. Time to do the year 69, season 14, month 3 tier list. It's like from a money point of view, they'd probably make more. If instead of let's rework Harbor again, they would just add new abilities. Music analysis and then patch notes.
Welcome back, Warriors! All right, we
Who's
are
this guy?
happy to dive into this really cool segment that we do not get to do very often. So I'm
Oh, the
very
music
excited
people.
to bring it back for the.
It's Luc Saint Pierre, the music composer.
I think
It's
one of
him.
the coolest parts
He's
of
the one that
game,
makes all the
and,
cool
I
For Honor
know a lot of
music.
you out there too, but yeah, it's the music and the audio for that. So who better to talk about that than these amazing guests with me today? We have Raph joining us back on the couch. Hi, Raph.
Yes, I do singing and I do the voices.
He's gonna sing. He's
Yeah,
gonna
yes,
sing the
yes.
entire thing. Don't
Throat
worry about
singing
it. Just-
especially, yeah.
It's his specialty. Like we just confirmed just now. We're gonna
Yes.
put you
I
on the
will
spot.
make a Centurion
Nah,
tribute
no.
next, don't worry.
We have Carl as
coming.
well, our audio director on this, and for the first time in quite a while, Mr. Luc Saint Pierre is back with us today.
I got
We're so happy to
hi.
have you here.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So,
It's
folks,
him.
if you didn't realize, like we build kind of these huge musical thematics that span the entire year, and there's so much work that goes into that. And again, it's really just done by these amazing people here, and then again, a lot of support goes into
My
it.
neck
but,
hurts,
like,
chat.
just so much detail and is always involved, and we know that you appreciate that a lot because we often see it about how hard these tracks slap or whatever the kids are saying nowadays. But yeah, just we want to get a really nice perspective on year 8 and see how that goes. Now, Raph, you were here I think last time, and you were talking about kind of the narrative of the entire year and how we started year 8 with this idea of the weapons and brought it all the way through this storyline. But we did something very similar with the music too, right? So where should we start? Like,
Well, I'm not actually here because I throat sing, at least not here.
you lied to me.
I'm here because,
Actually-
well, I think I really enjoyed GC's segment where he was talking about how we managed to, we start with some keywords, some impressions that we want to convey, and then each department has to try to work from
This
their
is so
own
sad.
perspective to bring
I
it
see
into
the
hero.
people leaving the
And it is
stream
the
by
fact
like
also,
the
in
numbers.
case also with audio, of course, and
Nobody cares
narrative
about this.
supports audio in this. This is why I'm here.
People
actually,
want the
to support
character
you
and they want the
all
patch notes.
gentlemen.
I know.
So let's
I want them to.
try to remember what was season 1. This has been the year of being forged in war. This is something that, of course, Gurjin, our new hero, has been. But the idea was that we would go back to the origins of For Honor and try to explore the core values
Bring
of each
back
of the factions.
1v1v1.
And we started with the Knights, with the Sword of Ashfeld, our first season. The core values of the Knights, the ones that we were trying to explore, are honor, duty, sacrifice for weaker people. And one really important aspect that we wanted to convey was nostalgia. So
Viking
how did
theme
you
season
manage to
was my
bring that
favorite.
up in that season?
The two of them.
Yeah, thanks, Raf, for the good summary. So, yes, the nostalgia was really important for us. So, quickly, the music is a really strong lever to bring the listener to past
he French? Are they both French?
feeling, emotion. So, an example. 10 years ago, I did a travel. In this travel, I was listening a music album all along. Then now, 10 years later, when I'm hearing this album again, it's bringing me exactly in the mood of this travel, the same kind of feeling. So on Foreigner, which track could do exactly this kind of nostalgia feeling? So the night music theme is a really good one to do this feeling. It's bring chivalry value, the honor, the weak protection, and in same time, this Foreigner was live since
It's been a while since I've been on your streams, so I'm
something
here
really
of
amazing. So it's led us to
so I'm
bring a
here
bit
of
this kind of
supposed
feeling
and
in the
posted
main
mine
team
own opinions.
and highlight a bit the
But I also like reading Troll
weak
and see different
protection.
takes on other opinions.
So all that together, it lead us to
okay.
change the main team, be really close.
I know it's
closer the
French people, I
original
know,
one,
but he
change,
makes
like,
good music though.
The end of the main team to a bit more weak protection.
They
slightly
make good
more
music.
epic, and keep the beginning close to the nostalgia feeling. So look, you work really hard to stay really close that.
Yeah. I understand also that the players were very attached to this original theme. So it was also a task that I had to really keep it as close as possible. Also to make them think for a while that, hey, this is the original. They brought back the original, but then we take them just a bit somewhere. We kind of deviate and revisit the queue of the time. And it was not a super easy task because some instruments were, I didn't know what they used. So just by listening to this theme, this on the violin or something, I had to do some experiment.
I hope the best
even
notes are
called
good.
my, the alti player that I work with. I said, listen to this, and how could you come up with a sound like this? And he used an arco, an archet, and played it on a metal of a vibraphone to kind of create the resonance. And he did it with an iPhone.
Just to showcase.
Yeah. And he sent it back to me, and I said, well, yeah, I think it does the job, And I slapped it in on the queue and sent it to the team so that they can approve it. And they said, yeah, it's good. I said, yeah, but that was done with an iPhone.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. These guys seem real to me.
So,
you can tell they're not really part of the usual like For Honor
I had to
group
at that
of people.
really find that sound.
You can see they're a bit different.
Keep it then, even if it was recorded with an iPhone.
Like the way they talk.
And as for the rest, then we
it
kept
seems
the
more
beginning pretty much the same. I
genuine.
think. And then the nights are solemn and what's the word that I am being shouted at sometimes, gravitas. That was my main goal. I hope I achieved it. So the idea was that to keep the gravitas into the queue, the solemn and seriousness of the nights. So yeah, that's how it was made, and then it was a matter of writing the queue the way it was.
I would say that you did manage to bring back this, well, gravitas and all of that, but nostalgia too. We have some members on the team that are there since the beginning of the project, so even before launch, and they told me that hearing these few notes, they were brought back, not exactly 10 years ago, but 8 years ago.
It's
and
a long time.
yeah, like traveling through time with music. This is extraordinary.
And we know our players recognized it too. Like
Yes.
I know we saw the threads. And
Everyone likes the music.
Posts, but yeah, a lot of people like out there like that they totally vibe with that too. So
It's sometimes I read a comment where
they are
whenever
playing for time.
They start playing 3 years ago, even though the game has been here for maybe 8 years or 9. I'm not too sure. And
More time
team
means more
that
money on
is
the Twitch.
playing when they start playing the game is now the team that they do associate with the game, and they stay attached to it. And I see those comments once in a while. Oh, I'd like to be able to have a jukebox and choose my team and go back, But I mean, this game is evolving, and
Why doesn't For Honor have like why doesn't For Honor have that like a jukebox feature where you
all the time.
you're not
I know they
forced to
really
the
have a memory
theme of
attached
the
to,
season.
to
You
the
can just play
everything they
whatever.
come up,
yeah.
it's important to say that the themes of the season are reflected. As we said, we try to be coherent, so the themes of the season will be reflected in the music. And it was the case for season 1, but it was also the case for season 2, which was a samurai season. So this time going back to the core values of the samurai with the Muramasa Blade season. This was the season of Master Katashi, Master of Zen, trying to handle and self-discipline himself to use this really great weapon that
if anybody
is
can
quite
use a Getsuga
bloodthirsty
Tensho,
and all
it's
of
him.
that. So you have to self-discipline to be Zen yourself.
It's this one.
And he was contrasted with this giant beast of a man that is Sohei, or Oniwaka, the name of the main titular hero, and he was learning to be Zen, but not exactly that. So there was something of a duet, or there was contrast a lot
Ubisoft,
between these two characters.
move on to the patch
between
notes.
The,
The
bloodthirsty
people are
aspect of
leaving the
sword
stream.
and the self-discipline that you have to show, and it was reflected in a map. It was reflected everywhere. Was it reflected in the music too?
Yeah, but we try to highlight a lot.
Nobody cares about this.
Yes, the duality in the music structure, but also the discipline to work really hard. We have two really interesting archetypes. So the Orochi skin, and then we have also Soe. But both are really similar because every day they practice their art of fight, their discipline. They doesn't fight just because they are violent or they want to
is this
war.
how
They fight
French
to
people
be
speak
better,
English?
to be more engaged in the art of fight. So each day they practice physical skills. They practice or doing meditation, so visualization, just to align well his mind with his physical skill. And at the end, for sure, it's a fighter. So it's challenge all this practicing art in a challenge, in a really important duel or whatever. So in this season, it's
Donald
a duel.
Trump.
So we
Skip
feel
to the
it
patch
in the main
notes.
team at the beginning.
Donald Trump,
it was
please.
A meditation. We have a
Save me
breathing.
from these people.
It's a really cool feeling of Zen because they do that. In the middle of the team, we entering Soe, and now we set the musical theme for each archetype and instrumentation and kind of face off, a bit like fight box in the ring. Well, at the beginning of the box match, we have the announcer or
Adolf
what you could see.
Hitler,
In the
please
left
skip to the
corner,
patch
we have
notes.
Orochi skin, and in
If
the
you can
right,
hear me.
we have Soe. So it's a bit the idea.
That's how he brought it to me, actually, you know.
Save
And
me
I
from these
didn't
French
try
people.
to reinvent the wheel. You said,
Even though I like their music a lot.
and in the right corner. So I went pan left, pan right. the two instruments. Basically, we started to associate the shakuhachi to the guy, you know, on the bridge.
You know, I really wonder how.
Ready for his fight.
If you put every For Honor death in a game of For Honor,
the idea was to kind of.
who do you think would win?
Fight between the shakuhachi, and I used the shamisen for the. Remind me the name of the.
Zoe.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. So we have those two playing left and right, and the kind of instrument kind of fight together. So this is, but there was no.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, South Bianco. Imagine if Anamush, after landing a soft plane 3 times, could enter the zone where he gets reduced stamina loss, enhanced lights.
And try to imagine.
Have you seen, by chance, the video I made about the axe and shield hero back in the day? Where I had a similar idea where if you just keep throwing like your top light, because it uses the momentum of the axe to like spin up and down, it's enhanced and yes, consumes less stamina, so you can use it more. It uses momentum, right? Like yeah, that's cool. That's creative.
All those ideas, a ring and a fighter. Yeah, okay, yeah, that gives me a direction.
Good idea.
To work. So yeah.
You said that there wasn't anything. Well, it's simply a duet or something like that. But there was something really
Clearly,
particular
JC.
with this season, I would say, because with the music of that season,
JC did fail the heavy parry a couple
For Honor
times.
often is a lot of percussion, a lot of all bangers all the time. Let's say,
Then again, JC might be the only one who actually plays the game or like touches the game out of everyone else.
It's not that I'm not saying that there was nothing particular. It's just that there's no funny story.
Yeah,
around
there's no
around the
around the
production. It was like,
skip to the patch notes.
Okay, yeah, we're in queue, and because there was less instrument involved in terms of recording, because whenever you hire a musician to do some recording,
You like the
for
Sekiro
production,
one?
then
Oh,
story
thanks. It's one of
happens
my favorites.
for all kind of reasons.
I understand.
So and for a rare time, this is a season that we work with.
There are more
with,
coming in the future.
Electronic instrument samples only, which are real player anyway. I mean, you know, a sampled instrument is a real player recorded, and you trigger with a note. But since we had no recording in studio or so, that's the particularity actually.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean it does not. We managed to do it on our own.
Still very interesting.
Yeah.
Talking of all bangers all the time, next season was a Viking season, and that's like banging, 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 you know?
Are they going to go
so
through all the
next
seasons?
Season 3 in the year was the Shield of his Vanguard. It was a season so about the Vikings, but we tried to do the Vikings with a different twist a bit. We wanted to do a season about death and about celebrating death, about how the Vikings see death as just the beginning of something else, because you are going into the afterlife. If you fought well enough, you're going into Valhalla, you're going to fight with the gods, into Ragnarok and all of that. But in order to do that, the Vikings had really specific burial rituals. Everybody would know the ship that you would sand and burn or something like that. But what was really important for the Vikings was to celebrate the life of the one who had died, and to celebrate it by singing his praises or her praises, just bringing them into to the attention of the gods, so that they would bring them into Valhalla. And so you celebrate life even in death. And this was the occasion for us on the narrative side to, usually they would do it with a choir or something like that. They would really literally sing the praise of the dead person. And so we had the chance to write some lyrics on your music, which is not something we usually do, and we love doing it. So how is it for you having some lyrics on your seasonal music?
Yeah, this season was really particular because that
Shit, I'm actually sleeping.
We did other kind of lyrics, saga. We use a poem from.
You know, I would.
And
I was about to put some Family Guy shorts, but I'd get copyrighted instantly, so it's probably not a good idea.
That's a little bit different. It's why foreigner scriptwriter wrote.
Do you guys want to play like a game of Breach in between like this music segment?
We write exactly the.
And then we'll come back and like maybe we can see the patch notes.
Godmother in this case, so we had to celebrate a legend, to tribute him. So this kind of celebration is mostly done by oral tradition, kind of saga with a choir that fit really well. We could imagine that this kind of saga is shared among Eat More.
Dude, this would be really cool if it was a separate video. You feel me? You know how they made the lore video back in the day, where the recap lore, here's 30 minutes. Make that into a video. It doesn't need to be before the patch notes we all want to see.
Definitely, we need to adapt them in Icelandic. Challenge is big because Icelandic, we can't translate one word by one word. We need to reappropriate the minding in English and then change completely differently to keep the same minding but with different words.
Yeah.
When we get it, it was cool. It fit more or less the number of syllables to make it possible in music. And then now at this moment, look,
and it's
also in
also
the process.
It's also impossible to pronounce. Just so you
Although
know.
to be fair, they probably don't know that they're wasting people's times.
RGHTZ.
They think they're just.
I'm not too sure.
Oh, here's a cool segment in the video, big like our video that people want to see, so we talk as much as we can. They probably don't know that we all collectively do not care and are just waiting for the patch notes.
Bars and beats, and so how about between 12 and.
I don't think they know.
In French, we say pied, so maybe foot. Syllable or let's say a little chunk of that kind of counts for a beat. Anyway, so they came up with this list.
I don't know, like imagine they make like a video called
it
The
gave us a
music
choice.
For Honor.
So I decided to go.
I think a video like
chronologically
that could get a
and
lot of
try
views.
to pick the ones that I
If you make a
could
cool
sing
thumbnail for it.
myself, because I had to do the demo, so I had to sing all the parts. So I didn't
All right.
cheat,
In
but
the meantime, can you guys come up with a
chose what made sense
Vegeta
into the
moveset
storyline
for
and
For Honor?
into the chronology, and also what I could possibly sing and
Nah,
make
just
the
Vegeta.
sound come out of my mouth out of it with these
Maybe
letters
Piccolo.
together, basically.
You're actually the singer. It wasn't me. It was you.
I'm
All this time.
I am not a singer, you know. But there's one thing I discovered too in the course of this production is that I'm a
Okay, so
baritone,
Vegeta has to have
so I
like
can go low and I can go high.
an explosion
So I
ability
write the
that
part
deletes
and
his
I
whole
sing it to
health,
the choir in
but it
Sweden,
kills
and
everyone
then
in the zone,
the choir director
right?
told me actually they can't sing that, they can't sing that.
And like
Let's go
the
too low for the tenor,
explosion
let's go
gets
high for the bass.
bigger
So I
depending
said,
how
okay, well,
big his
first,
health bar
we'll
was
have
to
the
begin
tenor
with.
go or the bass go an
And
octave
if you
higher or
kill
whatever.
yourself at full using the
It
explosion,
completely changed
if you were like
mood and
Majin
everything,
Vegeta,
and it was not working.
you
It
could
was
clear the
so
whole
fast.
minion lane in one explosion, right?
Yeah,
And if you get a
we have to-
shield,
we
have to go back
that's
in
like
studio
double
and
the
re-
health.
Something happened after that, right?
Yeah,
Because
but
it ended up looking great.
It's technically
already.
twice the
they were
explosion
kind enough,
size,
you
so
know,
you could almost pretty much kill
they
like
really accommodated us.
two
and do
zones
re-recording
in one
just the
explosion.
part and have the bass.
Yeah,
go a
Vegeta
bit
tier
higher
4
than
Final
they were
Flash,
supposed
maybe,
to, as
yeah.
opposed to as the tenor
It's
did.
like tier 3 Final
It
Flash or
sounded
tier
better
4
than the bass
Explosion.
stretched
It
to
could
the
be
highs
whatever.
as opposed to the tenor stretching to the lows. So that's how we managed to do it.
Gallic is tier 1,
Losing my
but
voice.
Final Flash is just Gallic but better.
So basically, the singer loses his voice. It's going well. So basically, that was the
Same
how
Saga
we
Vegeta?
did it. We with the text that the team came. I chose, I sang it, had it approved by the team for the demo, and then sent it to Sweden, and they came up with, and it was a surprise to hear. Oh, that's how you say this. Oh, and that's how it sounds, you know. And it was sometimes really surprising. Like, oh my God, I was completely off chart, you know, with the pronunciation.
So, like-
but yeah, that's how basically it came up.
I'm happy that you
I'm
bring
thinking,
up the
what other
challenges that
abilities
come
does?
with,
Oh, what about an
localization.
emote
And by
for
the way, I
Vegeta
wanna wish,
where he pulls out
to our localization friends who helped.
where he pulls out like a scouter? It's like his power level is over 9,000. Ah! And the armor sets you could choose like the Saiyan outfit, or you could go with like his blue like gi, like tight shirt, or like the pink man, like the Batman shirt. You know the one. That would be like a legendary tier armor. And then for executions, Vegeta would do that thing you do against he did against the Doria, or what's his name? Sarbon, right? Where he like punches through them and like blows a key blast through their gut and like kills them. Or how he killed the Android 19, like, tell me, does an android like you know fear? And then he kills him. Like decapitates, like a backhand, like, what do you call that? You know, decapitating somebody with his hand, his palm, right? And then, I don't know, just a bunch of key blasts as a tier 1, maybe. Again, Final Flash and Gallicon are basically the same thing. Yeah, crushing the scanner is an emote. Victory pose. Oh, yo, dude, the victory pose would be him like pointing at himself, doing the Vegeta pointing at himself pose. You know the one. Vegeta tier 1 is Ki Blast Barrage, 2 is Gallicon, 3 is Power Up, 4 is Ultra Ego. We don't want to go Ultra Ego yet. Ego is too much. But yeah, Dirty Fireworks, that too. Yeah, bro, Dirty Fireworks would go crazy as an execution. Maybe even a move. Like he like grabs you and like explodes you. But if that's enough to kill you, like he raises you into the air and explodes you, that's like super fucking cool. Yeah, voice lines. Another emote where he looks at the sky and like rain starts pouring on him. Tea's gone cold, I wonder why I got out of bed at all. Grady's signature, that too. What else? I don't know, like a Vegeta kick. Oh, Big Bang Attack. That's right. But I kind of wanted to include key moves into his basic moveset. Maybe like a Big Bang Attack. Oh, I know. Like a charge heavy that's just like a Ki Blast. And if you charge it for long enough, it becomes like a Ki Blast Barrage. And if you charge it for long enough, it becomes a Big Bang Attack. And it deals 50 damage. Right? He would be, fuck. What would he be? Vanguard. Vanguard. Or you can make a new class called, like, I don't know, Ranger, because he has, like, ranged abilities, but, like, actually cool, like Shinobi. What else? Oh yeah, like a Vegeta. Do you know the Vegeta versus Goku in Super Saiyan 2 fight where he like starts? They start hit. What the fuck is this? They start headbutting each other. That could be like a Garbreak punish where he just headbutts you so hard it's like 30 damage and you start bleeding, and you get like the Dizzled effect. Broly is definitely a heavy. That's true. The fuck is this? What if Beerus had a tier 4 Hakai ability that's like hard to land, but if he gets it on you, he just one-shots you. It's like Hitokiri's tier 4, right? But it's Hakai. It's cooler. Z Warriors faction. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Broly, and Gohan. Class would Yamcha be? Minion. Give minions the ability to jump onto Yamcha and explode themselves, and it would kill him. Future Trunks as a Warden skin? Yo. Yeah. Flick. Okay, what other cool abilities can we come up with? I mean, Vegeta, when he gets revenge, he would just go Super Saiyan. And then maybe his feats change. Oh, that's right. Okay, what about this? What if Vegeta has like the Gallic Gun in base, but then if you activate revenge and he goes Super Saiyan because Super Saiyan is a tier 4? By the way, watch my Goku video. It's the latest one that I made. But if Vegeta goes Super Saiyan and he does the equivalent of the feat, that would be Gallic Gun. He does Final Flash instead. How about that? And the Final Flash is much bigger. And it's like, do you imagine him like shooting the Final Flash at a minion lane, and it just like blows a hole through 80% of the minion lane, like creates a massive vacuum of nothing in the middle? Yeah. Yeah, Final Flash would go crazy. Are we done?
Music by Luke St. Pierre here, so you can follow the code there. But I'm sure.
By the way, whenever I'm done with the stream, I'm gonna go back to this video and be like, Dragon Ball Z discussion, minute, 1 hour to 1 hour and 40.
Look back, because we did that for the other years too, because the music.
My voice is getting tired.
So very cool. Well, thank you again so much, Carl. Thank you, Luke.
Welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
More variants.
Amazing in-depth.
Vegeta should definitely get like a Majin variant
year 9,
or Super Saiyan, like a helmet.
All right, folks, listen, don't go anywhere, because we're going to be right back with some patch notes next. So we'll see you in a second.
We've been talking about Dragon Ball for 20 minutes. Yeah, like, they wouldn't shut the fuck up. Wait, let me actually see. 10... 30 minutes. 30 minutes of nothing. Wow. Okay. No, you didn't miss the patch notes. It's the patch notes now. We just been talking about Dragon Ball in For Honor. By the way, go watch my Goku video. It's awesome. It's one of my best videos. I uploaded it like 2 days ago or 3. And if it gets like 10,000 views, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll make another Dragon Ball Z ass hero For Honor. I could probably make Vegeta. We got some good ideas in this stream. Better be some good fuck. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be too. It's gonna be the usual. It's gonna be the usual. They make you wait fucking an hour and you get like 2 slides. I'm like, okay, guys, don't go just yet. You don't want to miss the wrap up. The wrap up. Slander, is there anyone you would like to get buffed or nerfed? Yeah, almost every hero in this game. Well, who? I mean, if I could choose, I mean, obviously Pirate, nerf, right? Buff? Fuck. Conqueror. But it had to be a fun buff, not just a buff.
Yes, I am.
All right. Well,
Amazing.
I we missed you. It's been a couple segments.
Yeah, but I was like patiently sitting in the back,
Yes.
listening to everybody.
So they do this whole
And
thing in
amazing
one
team.
take.
Amazing job.
Amazing.
Like
Yes.
Grass and Noella was her first time on. Amazing.
Great job.
It's actually live.
Music.
It's not pre-recorded or
Amazing.
anything.
Carl is also like really good. We're super happy. Like I always love like even sitting in the back. I work with these people all day.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still super cool to hear.
I know. Yeah, like
I
the
really-
passion of these folks
Yeah.
making this amazing.
Unbelievable.
It's great.
Our team is so
but we have some
talented.
patch notes lined up
Yes,
too for
yes, yes,
tomorrow.
yes, yes,
So what do we got?
We're gonna go into it, but first let's start super quickly as a really fast recap of the last testing grounds. We did the testing
Yeah.
thing. So
Patch notes.
we got feedback from it, right? We didn't get a lot of feedback. But we
They got the
feedback,
data.
It's good. Overall, the results were not as we were hoping, which is okay. It's totally normal. It
Why we do
happens
it.
once in a while. That's why we do it, right?
we do
Do you have
So,
the data?
we're gonna go back to the drawing board a little bit for Peacekeeper. So this means that we will not be pushing them live at the beginning of year 9.
Wow.
It's gonna happen eventually. We're trying to repackage things a little bit and make sure that we have like a something that's gonna be.
Are we getting more feats,
like, a
though?
bit better for Peacekeeper. But for now, like I said, it's not gonna come live. It's okay. That's the reason why we have testing ground. Right? Sometimes things
Motherfucker.
pan out,
But like a
sometimes they
season
don't,
for a couple
sometimes they
feats,
don't pan out, and it's not like.
and then
oh,
you
yeah,
make
it's
like
this,
new
sometimes
for
sometimes
like
we
next
do
season,
testing grounds, and it's like, oh
like,
yeah, there's
like a
a
whole ass season for one character.
Yeah.
easy peasy. In this case, it's a bit more complicated, so we're gonna go back to the drawing board. Get
Come
something
on, you
better
can't
in,
be spending 3 months on tweaking some feats. That would
Alright,
probably
let's
just be
patch
fine
this.
if you tweak the values.
All right, so first off, we have a bit of a global change.
What?
So
What is
the
this?
forward dodge heavy attacks of these heroes, so Iron
What?
Fist, Berserker, Highlander,
Oh, hell
Yami, They
no!
now have a 100 ms of Garbage vulnerability. It used to be at 433 for these heroes.
No
specifically.
way!
But we have a bunch of other
Hey,
heroes that have front dodge heavies that have 100 ms of Garbage vulnerability. We wanted to make sure that it was a bit more equal between everybody.
Oh,
these heroes are
brother.
not- It's a
It's
small buff
over.
for them. You can use it to kind of like beat Garbage attempts. And
I mean, it's great for me because I play Highlander, but
whatever you want to do there. But it's a
The
bit of a quality of life change
fabled
for these
Highlander
heroes, make
opener,
them a little bit better,
Warriors then,
and have a bit of improvement in this case.
Nice.
the mythical
Next up, we
Highlander
have,
opener update.
Damage changes to Raiders. So, we, as you may recall, we nerfed Raiders damage.
Hey,
quite
Raider
a bit
buff damage.
in a
Yes,
I don't remember
good.
exactly
A
when.
while ago, yeah.
It's been a while.
It's
But
so dumb.
essentially,
Out of nowhere.
over nerfed Raiders,
Fucking
right?
flashbang
So
with
as
100
things
MS
go on, as the game
heavy
progresses,
vulnerability
the
on
changes,
side heavies.
get into talks with some players as
Out
well,
of
to kinda, like, see,
nowhere.
okay, so what can we do
Completely
to make this thing?
unprompted.
And so Raider's damage was a little bit below the curve. So even though these might look like mostly like it's a 1 damage increase,
Yeah, I like Raider
or
having
maybe
high
a 2
damage.
damage
Raider
increase,
should have the highest
it
damage
still
in the
does
entire
add
game,
up
in
and
my
make a difference.
opinion.
They used to be
Or
much
just
higher before.
one of the
Used to be a
highest
bit too low,
damages
so
in
now
the
we're
entire game.
equalizing a bit more towards the
And
center.
like his kits
Makes a bit
should
more
be
sense,
tweaked
a
around
little bit
that.
better in
The fact
trading,
that he has
creates
massive
better
damage.
situations. So essentially, the chained heavies deal 1 damage extra, and then the finishers, as well as the zone attack that you have in chains, which is
Yeah, that's
in
nice.
theory, deal 2 extra damage. So again, not massive changes to Raider, but still enough to get him a little bit more back on top, so we have something.
It's
that,
like
they
when you make a
feel
character
good
like
for
Raider,
We'll
you give
see
him
where
super
that
fucking
ends up
high
landing
damage,
over
you make
time,
him Ooga
but it
Booga,
makes a bit of a difference on
and
the
then you
game.
design the kit around that,
And then
not the other way around.
last slide here. So these are not the most massive patch notes. We have a new hero coming. We have a bunch of stuff happening. So sometimes we have to
Nice.
shuffle things around. But we still have some other changes, right? So for Varangian Guard, so we adjusted the
Wait,
chaining
what?
timing from your dodge lights and from Helder Hold Keeper to light finishers specifically.
Did Blackbriar really need that nerf?
200. This means that
So
in
nothing.
those
Nobody
situations,
uses
it's
that.
always going to be dodgeable. There was a bit of an issue here where like it wasn't super consistent.
Yeah.
It was really difficult or borderline impossible to dodge if you did like a side dodge right.
Whatever,
side
I'll take it.
when they were blocked.
Right.
So this kind of changes that timing so it's easier to dodge.
Another VG nerf
Also,
is a
adjusted
good change for me.
Prior's Tenebrous Trust, which is his front dodge heavy. So that attack has superior block while you're using it, but it had a 300 ms superior block window, kind of like what we have with Varangian Guard before. So this is not really necessary. We saw that those timings are not really good, so we're putting it back to 200 at the proper timing like we had before. So it's a change that we're doing overall for this hero to kind of like make him again more in line with what we have with other heroes. And then finally, so the last patch, if you remember, we removed Berserker's unlock tech, kind of weird glitch that he had. We also did a
Doesn't
patch on
Shaman
Fira,
still have that
and
too?
removed
Or did they
most
remove
of
it?
But there was still a way to do it on Afira that we have now fully fixed and removed. Big thanks to Nuke Francis, our game designer that worked on this, that figured out the exact solution to the problem. He fixed it on Berserker, managed to find the exact problem with Afira. So really big thanks to him.
He
able to
fixed the
get that done.
code.
And that is it for patch notes. Again,
No
like,
way.
It's not the biggest patch
No
notes we've
way.
ever had. We have, like I said, we have a new hero. There's a lot of stuff
Wait.
coming. We're preparing for your 9. There's a lot of stuff.
1,
happening. There's more
2,
testing grounds
3
coming,
slides.
More balance changes coming in the future.
Bruh.
Taking a little bit of a breather here to come back in full force and be able to have a lot more stuff coming in the.
No way, yay. This is actually retarded. Alright, awesome. You know, I was making a joke about, it's probably going to be the same patch notes, but secretly in my heart, I was waiting for, this time they will nerf Pirate. There is no fucking way they're not nerfing Pirate in this day and age. In 2025, they're not nerfing Pirate. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Huge, really. this is, yeah, it's a 30-minute yap sesh for 3 slides. And by the way, rate the stream out of 10. Everyone here has seen the new character, right? We've all seen it. We agree it's good. But I mean, I guess rate the words then however you like. What do you guys think? It's fucking retarded ass. 30 minutes for 3 patch notes, yeah, okay. 1 patch note for every 10 minutes of nothing. I mean, I guess talking about Dragon Ball Z was okay. I think I'll do that next time. It's like, new character? I listen. Anything else other than patch notes? Dragon Ball Z and For Honor. Seven, 6, 5, 8, 2, 6, 6. Let's see. Personally, the new hero might be goated. That gives it a 6 or 7. But she did have shit fashion, so brings it down to a 6. Shitty. I mean, look. I'll take the 100 MS vulnerability on Highlander heavies. Okay. I think having that on. I think they made a huge mistake giving that to Zerg and Aramusha and whatnot. I think shit's about to get ridiculous next season or this season tomorrow. I think it's gonna be foolish. But hey, Highlander buff. Mythical Highlander opener update. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So Hero brings it up to a 6. Shit fashion. Mid-cell executions, in my opinion. Animations are iffy. Batch notes are fucking wild. Like, one of the batch notes... How do I put this? It's like Raider batch note. Yeah, sure. Good. The other batch note was fucking wild. And then the third batch note was what the fuck ever. So really 2 batch notes. And one of them is gonna probably maybe break the game. But we'll see. So, yeah. For me, it's, I mean, I like the new hero. Oh, but the fucking yapping too. It's a 6 for me. It's like the hero bumps it a 6. Fashion shit. Everything else about this Warriors Den was shit. The only thing that was good was the moveset, which is the most important part. So you get a 6. 6 is good enough for you. We didn't get a bingo, because, you know, it's not the usual bingo that we do. It's just pertaining to the new character. And I did it like 10 minutes before the stream actually began. I didn't have time to think about things. But whatever. Yeah, I look forward to it, and tomorrow is going to be chaos. Do you guys wanna... Now we're here. Got anything left to say? If not, I'm gonna leave. They're still not doing anything about... Speaking of leaving, they're still not doing anything about leavers. Or, wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What about the hit stun testing ground? They didn't fucking do anything. It's still not big. They didn't say anything about that. It's been a literal year. It's been a literal year since the hit stun testing ground. They didn't mention it. Oh boy. Awesome. Yeah, buff Vegeta. Buff Vegeta. Alright, bro. I'll see you guys next time on Dragon Ball Z. See ya.